Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Tuesday, April 8th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION-NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some MLB action this Tuesday evening. The Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get settled in for some Tuesday night baseball. Let's get it, baby. And on the thumb on the left is shortstop Jeremy Pena. And on the right, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now let's get into the starting lineups here for the visiting Houston Astros. Leading off for the Astros in left field, Jose Altuve. Batting second, playing third base, Isaac Paredes. Batting third, DHing tonight for H-Town, Jordan Alvarez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, playing first base for Houston, Christian Walker. Batting fifth, playing shortstop for the Astros, Jeremy Pena. Batting sixth, playing second base, Brendan Rodgers. Batting seventh, catching tonight for H-Town, Yanier Diaz. Hitting eighth, playing right field, Cam Smith. And batting ninth, playing center field for Houston, Jake Myers. And on the mound for the Astros, Framber Valdez. Now let's get into the starting lineups here for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, it's Demo Dylan Moore. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, DHing today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting fifth, catching tonight for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting sixth, playing first base, Donovan Solano. Batting seventh, playing right field for the Mariners, Luke Raley. Batting eighth, playing second base, Ryan Bliss. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford. And on the mound for the Mariners, it's La Piedra, Luis Castillo. Let's go, baby. Good win yesterday. Obviously, we almost blew that late with Dan Wilson not bringing in Gabe, but, we found a way to get it done. So let me get all my screens all set up here since I got the starting lineups, and we should be good to go. All right, looks like I got the screens all set up. And we're going to be shooting for 20 likes, obviously, within the first hour and a half, 30 to 50 if we hit the, obviously the algorithm and hit the volume, and obviously 100 in the donos on every single screen. Cole in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Ryan in the building, what's good? All right, I think I'm all settled in. Get my drink opened up. I'm glad that we didn't end up losing that game, because again, Dan Wilson really would have got criticized late by keeping him, saying, man, it's like when you end up having, certain individuals in the pen, and there's a trust level there. And again, if you're not going to be able to be trustworthy, there's going to be certain opportunities where we may have to go a different direction. And it definitely got a little bit shaky there for a little bit, but I'm glad that, even though it looked like Gabe was coming in and they had to end up, settling for what we had already in the matchup, and we got good production late with JP Crawford making a hell of a play. That was huge. And hopefully we can continue the success that we've had, with some of the role players. Bliss, going yard with a 2-run jack was phenomenal. And obviously getting some good production from, Jorge Polanco. But Polo's not in the starting lineup here today. Obviously batting 400 plus, but he may pinch hit at some point in the game. But, hopefully it ends up not coming down to an error by Demo late like we had, yesterday. And we definitely got bailed out. And hopefully the bullpen will be strong here this evening. Let's go Mariners. And Gregory Santos, man, he almost blew it yesterday, but we found a way. Let's go, baby. And leading off for the Astros in left field, Jose Altuve. Batting second, third baseman Isaac Paredes. And batting third, DHing today, Yordan Alvarez in the 3-hole. And starting off the matchup here for the Mariners at home, La Piedra, Luis Castillo. Let's go Mariners. First pitch to Jose Altuve, slow dribbler, right up the middle. JP Crawford throw to first, 1 away. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Good start. Down goes Altuve, 1 away. Next up, third baseman Isaac Paredes. Let's go Mariners. First pitch to Paredes is outside, 1-0 count from Luis Castillo on the mound. And hopefully we're going to get a good performance out of La Piedra. We're going to need it since he's in our 2-hole right now since Kirby is still out. Pitch is just outside of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes to Paredes. 216 average, no homers, 4 ribbies so far in the first 10 games of the season. OBP of 341, pretty low there so far. Peter right down the middle, crushed, fading, foul. That's a good souvenir for a fan out there about 20 rows back. 1-1 record with an ERA of 3, whip of 1, 9 Ks to 4 walks so far, and hopefully we'll be able to add on to some success moving forward. Chopper foul. Three-two pitch, little chopper, and that's a nice base knock there. Getting him started early. Not a good sign for Castillo, but hopefully we'll be able to get it done. Next up, DHing for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez. .176 average, 1 home run, and 7 ribbies so far this season for Yordan Alvarez. First pitch, high and tight inside, 1-0 count to Yordan Alvarez.
Oh my gosh.
1-0 pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Come on, Ruiz. Find a way. 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle with some heat. Fading foul. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jordan Alvarez. Two-one pitch. That one fouled back behind the T-Mobile Park sign there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Oh, or Alvarez crushes that one. Back, all the way to the wall. Nice catch there by Luke Raley. 2 away. We got lucky there. Very close from hitting a homer early on. Wow. Nice job, Luis. And nice job by Luke Raley with some defense there. We need that, Luke. Let's go. Next up, first baseman Christian Walker. Pitches inside. 1-0 count from Castillo to Walker. One-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Christian Walker. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here in the top of the first, we're knotted up at 0, runner at first with 2 outs. Let's get out of this inning, baby. And usually, with our starting pitching, if we don't give up 1 to 3 runs within the first 2 innings, we're going to have a very good chance to win, as the game progresses. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for Walker. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I like what I'm seeing early on from La Piedra. Let's go, baby.
Oh my gosh.
1-2 pitch. Pitch is high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And he did. There we go. Nice punch out there by Luis Castillo La Piedra, bringing that electricity early in the matchup. And we didn't give up anything big early on, and that's a great sign. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Let's go to the bottom of the first, leading off in the 1 hole for one of the first times in his career, third baseman Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. You've been one of the top 3 players on the Mariners in 2025, and we like what you're doing so far. You did have the error that gave up the 2 runs yesterday, but I know that's one of the few mistakes that he's made early on, and he's actually been very productive. Let's go, Demo. Batting second in center field, it's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, DHing today, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Mariners. Cool kid in the building, what's good? Sarah in the building, what's good? Juan in the building, what's good? And on the mound for the Astros, Framber Valdez. We'll see how we do against Framber. At times, he's pretty lights out. And at other times, if you hit him early, he gets a little shaky. So we'll see how it ends up going. He's 1-1 so far this season, 3.75 ERA, so slightly worse than La Piedra with an ERA of 3 early on. Whip of 1.17, 13 Ks to 6 walks. So we'll see where it goes. A pretty even matchup based off numbers early on. Odin in the building. What's good? First pitch from Framber Valdez to Dylan Moore. 1 ball and no strikes. And I'll always be here, if you need me. Obviously there's not really anything words can say, to be able to, make things 100% better. But, just keeping yourself busy and keeping yourself around people that truly do care is going to be key. Like I said, I'm always going to be grinding every day. So you're always going to have, a family type of, spot to be able to go to. So bottom of the first, 0-0. Demo in the box, Framber Valdez on the mound. 2-0 pitch. Pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Tough one. 7-2. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Demo, Dylan Moore. And this is a kind of an unusual, spot for Dylan Moore. He's normally not our leadoff hitter, but, Jorge Polanco's been our best. Julio probably 2, and Dylan Moore 3 so far. So it gives him an opportunity to see how he, accepts this role. And if he does well tonight, maybe they'll keep him there. But if he struggles, then they may have to put Julio in the future or someone else. And it sounds with Victor Robles, with the MRI and everything that happened, more than likely it's going to be about 12 weeks, so about 3 months before we're going to be able to see Victor Robles back, or they could just shut him down for the whole season. So we'll see how it goes. And Demo with a line drive. Oh my, how did he catch that? That should have been a base knock. And Cam Smith out there in right field making a huge play that could have been maybe a single, possibly a double for Demo. He got robbed there, but good contact on the ball. We'll take that. 1 away. Next up, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And background music provided by Brooks Beats. And you'll be able to hear a lot of the background music on his upcoming debut, 5 years in the making, called Sessions. Yeah, I saw that. Skeens at home too, right? His first home start, and for you guys to kind of ruin that, very impressive. And you guys started off kind of hot, and then have kind of flatlined a little bit, but that was a big win. Wow! Another diving catch into the outfield. Julio Rodriguez robbed of a single, possibly a double. Wow, I did not expect the outfield to be playing like that. Holy cow. You had a hell of a catch out there by Cam Smith. And then in center field, Jake Myers makes a diving Julio type of grab. I mean, the score could easily be 1-0 right now. And what a diving catch. He laid all out, Superman style. Wow, I'm in shock. Jake Myers is a little bit, it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him, but wow. Holy hell. It might be one of those games. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And Cal will be DHing today. But if that's a sign of things to come for the Astro defense, this one is going to be tough. Cal crushes that one, fading, foul. Megan in the building, how are you? Great defense from Houston to start off. And kind of shitty news about Victor Robles. I kind of figured. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Cal Raleigh. And a very easy 1-2-3 inning, even though those were really athletic plays on out number 1 and out number 2 in the outfield by Cam Smith. Robbing Dylan Moore of a single, possibly a double. And then Jake Myers robbing Julio of a single, possibly a double. So, again, you get a double and a double. Boom, you at 1-0. So, Houston playing great D early on. You got to give them credit where credit needs to be given. Let's see who's up next for them here in the top of the second. Leading off in the top of the second in the 5-hole, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Batting second in the 6-hole, second baseman Brendan Rogers. And batting third, catcher Yanier Diaz. Let's go Mariners. go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Oh, good start. That's always great. Looks like we have probably about 75 to 80% of the people have already hit the like button, so we're almost already there. We're at 13. We only need 7 more to get to 20 to get the algorithm, so appreciate that very, very much. And obviously, we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream, and of course, a Mariner win. Yeah, tough, you know. And again, Kraken, you know, you never really know what kind of performance you're going to get. You know, obviously playing in a back-to-back, you know, can definitely be tough. And, you know, being eliminated from the playoffs, the Kraken and the Blazers at this point in the season for the Kraken and the Portland Trail Blazers in the Pacific Northwest, we've both been eliminated, you know, from playoff contention. So now we're just trying to play spoiler on whoever we play against the rest of the way. Jacob in the building. What's good? Yeah, I actually watched a little bit of your game, Jacob, with the bases loaded, and then you ended up having to walk to bring him in. You'll take a win any way you can get it. Little chopper. JP Crawford off one bounce. Wow, holy hell. Is this like the defensive game of the year? Wow. They might challenge that. And JP Crawford is really turning up that defense. You know, back when, you know, we knew that he could be that guy when he was our leadoff hitter. And we moved him to the 9 hole, and that's probably been a little bit of a tough transition. But the defense, phenomenal there, robbing a base hit just like the Astros did in the previous inning. I like that, baby. One away. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. Getting an opportunity to play here in game number 2 against the Mariners, second baseman Brendan Rodgers. 333 average, 0 homers, 3 ribbies, with an OPB of 407 in limited action. Big swing and a miss, 2 balls and 1 strike. From La Piedra, Luis Castillo to Brendan Rodgers. Hell yeah, bro. Hopefully, you know, Skeens will be able to be pitching for you if you can get that kind of matchup. I'm going to be seeing the Pirates in Seattle for the 4th of July, and I'm really crossing the fingers that Skeens will line up, you know, against Logan Gilbert. But I don't know if that will happen. But, you know, I'm only going to get to go to like 1 or 2 games a season. And, again, we went and saw me and my best friend Justin went to go see the Orioles, and we were heavy underdogs at home on the 4th of July last year, and we ended up winning late. And I'm hoping the same thing, obviously, this year. 3-2 pitch. Chopper. Throw to first. 2 away. Good defense by both teams early on. Next up is catcher Yanier Diaz. First pitch, crushed behind the plate, foul, 0-1 count. Yeah, and I think whenever, you know, anyone that's doing really, really well at whatever, you know, you always will have people, you know, trying to be a part of your life. But I think that, you know, you really start to realize when things are a little bit down or, you know, you've had something you know, sad or bad happen, then you really start to find out who your real friends are and who are the people that truly do care. So big swing and a miss there behind the count now 0-2 to Yanier Diaz. Top of the second, 0-0 Astros and Mariners. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we got very lucky winning game number 1 yesterday. 4-3, which we could have lost. Should have brought in Gabe Spire over Gregory Santos. We didn't. Dylan Moore had an error that brought in 2, but Jorge Polanco ended up being our hero again. Only player on our team really with a solid batting average above 400, but he's not in the lineup right now. Obviously, Demo right now is at 364 in limited at-bats, but again, we have to take what we can get early on with whoever is balling out. Pitches outside to Diaz, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, sometimes it's nice to be able to cut your circle down a little bit, Popped up, fading, foul, instead of trying to get approval, from all these other individuals, sometimes, just being low key and having a very, very small circle. And even if the circle ends up being really small with like only one or two people, again, those are the people that, they want to protect their peace. And I'm one of those people as well. So pitch is low and at the dirt, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But I feel like, I've got better connections with some of the people that we have here in the room that we talk on a daily basis than even people that I, see sometimes face to face, here in Oregon. So 3-2 pitch. That one is fading, foul. Count remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch, little chopper, blitz, throw to first to Solano, and a very easy 1-2-3 inning. Great defense by both teams, the Astros and the Mariners. Let's see who's up next for Seattle here in the bottom of the second. Next up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second, in the 4-hole, cleanup hitter, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, in the 5-hole, catcher, Mitch Garver. And batting third, in the 6-hole, first baseman, Donovan Solano. And I've been waiting for them to be able to post, something better than this particular photo of him in a Padre uniform. But they haven't really taken that many photos of him. He's not playing every day. But I'm hoping that they'll get me at least one nice HD or 4K photo that will be better, than that one to replace it at some point. Ant-Man in the building. What's good? Rainy, wet weather here in the Pacific Northwest. Paisley got dumped on a couple times already today, but again, sometimes it's nice, just depending on if we're alone, and again, if there's a lot of people or a lot of dogs out, obviously I know Paisley gets a little anxious and stressed. So it's always nice to be able to go, in a particular area, for like a nice 30 to 45 minute walk, and you see limited people, people walking their dogs, and you can just kind of relax. And even though we ended up getting dumped on a little bit with the rain, I mean, we're used to it. We live out here in the Pacific Northwest, but hopefully tonight we'll be able to go for a victory walk and with no rain. That's what I'm hoping for. He said Wendy's Baconator. Framber Valdez on the mound. So far, so good for Framber. And then we got Randy Arozarena in the box. Finding the count now, 0-2 from Framber Valdez to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. 0-2 pitch. Chopper, right to Framber. Oh, he didn't get it. Throw to first. And that throw is wide, and Randy is safe. There we go. We'll take that. Nice job, Randy. We're going to need every kind of base knock that we can get on that little wild pitch. Next up for the Mariners, an individual that's been struggling since we signed him, Mitch Garver. Come on, Mitch. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. One pitch. Whoa, wild pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Randy advances to second base. Here we go. This could be a good opportunity for us to get some runs early, before the 6th inning. I like that, baby. Let's go. Garver in the box. Framber Valdez on the mound. Bottom of the second, 0-0 Astros and Mariners. Runner at second, Randy Arozarena. Oh, it hit him. Wow, he got hit in the toe. It was kind of a weird location there and kind of got away from him. Wow. Wasn't really, one of those like 100 mile an hour, where they're on the ground, writhing in pain. It would just kind of like point them. But we'll take that. Mitch Garver getting plunked there on the toe. Not very high speed, but got away from him there. Framber Valdez. We'll take anything that we can get. Next up, first baseman Donovan Solano, another individual that has been struggling mightily in the lineup. And we'll see if we can win without Polo in the lineup, because he's really been the saving grace, for us in 2025. Him, Julio, and Demo. So, reflect in the building. What's good? Absolutely. Let's get it. Good to see you. Bottom of the second, 0-0. Framber Valdez, 18 pitches in, looking a little wild, like Gregory Santos for us yesterday in the pen. First strike there to Solano, but also, too, we got some hitters that have really been struggling. Garver's been struggling. Solano's been struggling. Rayleigh's been struggling. And again, at the top of the order, hopefully we can have Demo, Julio, and Cal and Randy hold it down. But also Bliss and Crawford have been getting better. So we like that. But you're really seeing kind of the wildness there from Framber. Almost kind of remind me of Taylor Saucedo there. But again, we'll take whatever we can get. And hopefully we can end up, getting a few hits and a few runs early. We got that dub yesterday by the skin of our teeth. Santos probably should have been pulled for Duke's fire. Demo had the error that brought in 2, but Jorge Polanco has been our savior. Not in the starting lineup, but we may see him pinch hit later in the game. Let's go, Mariners. Captain in the building. What's good? My boy. What kind of swing was that by Solano? Man, holy hell. I mean, if you're going to half-ass it, Jesus, terrible. And on goes Solano. Next up, right fielder Luke Rayleigh. Come on, Mariners. Find a way. 174 average, and that's unacceptable for Luke. Chopper, fielder's choice to second, and they go for the double play, but Luke Rayleigh runs hard. Hey, Julio, take notes. Nice job by Luke. And that's one thing about Luke Rayleigh, no matter what, he'll run hard every single time. And again, if that was Julio running to first, that would have been a double play, and the inning would have been over, more than likely. So, great job. Obviously, you don't really enjoy fielder's choices or double play opportunities, but I'm all about effort. And, again, if you show effort, people notice, especially hardcore fans like a lot of us. So, bottom of the second, 0-0. Framber Valdez on the mound. Ryan Bliss in the box. And Bliss was a key component yesterday with J.P. Crawford, obviously with the bat, and then with the defense late. It was phenomenal. It reminded me of the old J.P. back in like Julio's rookie year when he was a leadoff hitter at that point and playing great D. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. And I feel we're almost at 20 already, so that's a good sign. And obviously, we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. Another wild pitch. And it doesn't look like they have a very good connection there with Yanier Diaz at catcher and Framber Valdez. Valdez is all over the place. Wide left, wide right. He's not anywhere in the zone, and that's good for Seattle. Bottom of the second, runners at second and third. Valdez, the blitz. Oh, big swing and a miss. Running the count 1-2. And we're not going to be able to capitalize, every single time that we have, bases loaded, one guy on, two guys on. But again, we want to make sure that if the pitcher is wild, we want to make sure we're not keeping them in the game in these certain opportunities. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Bliss. Two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Wow, that reminded me of Julio. Wild, wild, wild. Down goes Ryan Bliss. He was the hero yesterday. Big strikeout there, leaving 2 stranded. But hopefully Bliss will still have the confidence to help us win later in the matchup. That's the end of the second inning. 0-0, Astros and Mariners. Let's see who's up next here for Houston in the top of the third. Leading off in the top of the third, getting an opportunity to play today in right field, Cam Smith. Batting second in the 9-hole, center fielder, Jake Myers. And early in the matchup, Cam Smith robbed Dylan Moore of a single, possibly a double. And then the next play after that, Jake Myers robbed Julio of a hard hit ball, laid out Superman style, robbed him of a single or double. So we could be up 1-0 right now, but you got to give Cam Smith and Jake Myers some credit. They definitely were playing some great defense early on. And batting third, playing a different position today to kind of fill out the rest of the order, playing left field, Jose Altuve. Let's go Mariners. Go over some of the scores from earlier today. Games that are still going on right now. Royals 2, Twins 1 in the top of the 9th. Cubs 8, Rangers 6. Go Cubs, bottom of the 8th. Brewers 4, Rockies 1 in the top of the 6th. Orioles 2, Diamondbacks 1 in the bottom of the 2nd. Reds and Giants at 0, just like us here with the Astros and Mariners. First pitch from Castillo to Cam Smith there. 0-1 pitch. Okay, baby. I see you, Cam. Let's go over some finals real quick. We got Padres winning 2-0 over the Athletics. Tigers beating the Yankees 5-0 and skunking them. Guardians winning 1-0 over the White Sox. Mets 10, Marlins 5 final. Cardinals 5, Pirates 3 with Skeen's debut at home. That's huge. Nationals 8, Dodgers 2. Whoa. Blue Jays 6, Red Sox 1. Angels 4, Rays 3. And the Braves beat the Phillies 7-5. Couple surprises today. But again, you never know, with baseball. Sometimes you can still have that elite pitching and then, the bats don't really come to play or vice versa. The bats are amazing, but the pitching stinks. Or the bullpen, and then you lose. 0-2 pitch from LaPiedra to Cam Smith. Big swing and a miss, and I like that, baby. La Piedra getting that electricity early and often. And we know when La Piedra is great, he ends up giving up nothing within the first, 3 innings. But if he ends up giving, 1 to 4 runs within the first 2-3 innings, it's going to be a long, long day. And that's a second K there for La Piedra. Keep it going. I like that, baby. Next up, in the 9-hole, Jake Myers. Big swing and a miss, finding the count 0-1. Yeah, it's tough, man. Mariners, nice base knock there by Jake Myers. Gets all the way out to Julio. Nice base knock single for Jake. But being a Pacific Northwest fan and a Mariner fan, we can relate with this. Yeah, we usually do it in even more extreme fashion, where we'll have guys bases loaded with no outs and get nothing. Or we'll have guys at first and third with no outs and get nothing, or runners at second and third with 1 out and we get nothing. So, we feel your pain, man. It's one of those things, some teams are built for, 9 innings and beyond, and others are very streaky. And, I feel your pain, my guy. Top of the third, 0-0 with 1 out. Runner at first. Jake Myers with that little base knock that rolled out to Julio. Pitch right in there for a strike to Altuve. And Altuve is really kind of the tone setter. If you can get him out, then you have a good opportunity to kind of set the tone for, Jordan Alvarez, Christian Walker, Jeremy Pena, and company. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Throw to second. Ooh. And Mitch Garver tried to do his best impersonation of Cat Raleigh, but couldn't get the runner. Jake Myers is safe. I don't know if they're going to review that. Looked like he might have gone in there. Got a good jump, though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but you have to also understand that this is the first time for the Braves that you've had a start to a season like this. Like if you go back in the last 10 years, it's never been like that. So again, sometimes, depending on who you play in those first 2 or 3 series, if you play really good teams, sometimes you underachieve and you start off really slow. So, but they'll be able to bounce back. And there we go. Nice little punch out there by La Piedra, bringing that electricity. Goodbye, Jose Altuve. Another K racked up for Luis Castillo. That's K number 3, baby. I love it. Next up for the Astros, Isaac Paredes. Now, Castillo looking like the old Castillo, like the one that we got in 2022 that helped us make the playoffs. He's wheeling and dealing, and obviously he's in the 2-hole right now since Kirby is still injured, and he's pitching like he's, a number 2 guy. We're going to need it, and if we can win somehow, some way today, we're going to have a good chance for the sweep tomorrow, but I don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. One pitch. Crush towards third. And Dylan Moore, even after fumbling it, still gets it to Solano for the out. Wow. I mean, the defense has been magnificent for both teams. I mean, both teams have robbed each other of singles and doubles, not just once, not just twice, but a few times. Wow. We easily could have a 2-2 game right now, or even minimal 1-1, but I'll take that. Let's go. Let's see who's up next here in the bottom of the third for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, in the 9-hole, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And I love being able to see the old JP with the defense. Now let's try to bring it with the offense as well. Let's go, JP. Batting second at the top of the order for one of the first times in his career, third baseman, Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. And batting third, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. And I think sometimes, people react, especially if they don't know who they played. I mean, imagine starting off the season, like, for example, if you had to start off playing, like, and you're in the National League, but let's say you're the Braves, and you start off with, like, the Padres and the Dodgers as your first 2 series. You literally could lose every game, if you end up not stepping up and you have some struggles, you have some injuries, and anyone could start off the year 7-0 if you're playing like the fucking White Sox and the Angels. That doesn't mean that you're an amazing, great team. I mean, it's good that you won those games that you should have, but you gotta kind of go through the first couple months before you can really kind of gauge. Okay, is this a good team? Is this an average team? Is this a lucky team, or is this a bad team? And again, early on in just a couple series, it doesn't really tell the full story. And again, a lot of people will overreact, for specific reasons. But again, it's still very, very early. STL getting us started. Appreciate you. $5 holla. What's going on, y'all? Mentally exhausted. Trying to take it easy. Tigers 5-3. Appreciate you. LSU in the building. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate it. We're at 5:95 to go. Bottom of the third, 0-0. Framber Valdez on the mound. Let me know what you want to do for photos, my guy, and I got you. Valdez pitches inside. 2-0 count to J.P. Crawford. Come on, J.P. 2-0 pitch. Pitches in there, inside, in the zone for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. One pitch. High heat in the zone. Could have been called strike, but called ball. Probably should have been 2-2. Now it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike from Framber Valdez to J.P. Crawford. Three-one pitch. That one crushed. Foul. All right, I got something in my head that I can throw up for you. Some LSU. The Nats, no, they're not. They're typically not that great of a team. I mean, they had their World Series run 5, 6, 7 years ago. When Victor Robles was on the team. After they ended up moving Bryce Harper to the Phillies, but I wouldn't really say that the Nats are. They might have a decent record here and there depending on the year, but I don't think I would really say that they're a contender. Down goes JP. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, 0-1 count to Demo Dylan Moore. One pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Demo from Framber Valdez. And again, if you can, get some base knocks on Framber early, he does get rattled. But you could say that about any starting pitcher. But so far, Castillo and Valdez have looked pretty good, but the defense has definitely helped them out on both sides. Demo crushed towards third base, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Demo. I mean, even though the Dodgers are a super team, they're not going 162-0. I mean, obviously they're going to be shooting for 100 to 110 wins. If you're a super team like that, so you're shooting for 100 wins and 62 losses, or 110 wins and 52 losses. But I mean, let's be real. There's not very many teams that can have a roster built, and they got the best player in the world in Shohei Ohtani. So great pitching staff, Mookie and Freddie. Pitches outside. Did he go? No, he did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, crazy stuff in the NBA with head coaches and GMs getting fired from the Denver Nuggets. Terrible timing to do that. Why not wait till the end of the year? You're probably the second best team in the West, and you're going to fire your GM and your head coach, who's very solid. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Demo, and then Memphis fired theirs. So it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, if you're number 2, number 3, number 4, and you're competing with like OKC and the Lakers and a few other teams, and you feel pretty good about your chances with John Morant or with the Joker, with Jokic and Jamal Murray and company, like why would you do that at this particular time? Why not just wait to see what happens? Even though I still think it's going to be the Thunder and the Celtics more than likely, but below them, obviously you would have to assume that the Nuggets and the Cavs would be next in line if there were injuries to the Celtic players, and the OKC players. But now, I mean, who knows what will happen? Next up in the box is Julio Rodriguez. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, off-balance swing by Julio. Not that I haven't seen that before. Behind in the count 0-2. And when Julio gets down in the count 0-2, he strikes out or gets out about 90% of the time. Hopefully he can find a way to not do that here. Come on, Julio. Trident's up, baby. We need you. Oh-2 pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees into the dirt. Thank God he didn't swing there. One-two pitch. Julio fouls it off himself. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on, Julio. Got a couple things loading here for STL for his first dono for the night to get us off the schneid. I appreciate that. Definitely have some bills coming up here in the next couple days, so every dollar will count. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitches inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Come on, Julio. Find the way, baby. Three-two pitch. Wow. Julio didn't swing. A walk. Unbelievable. Especially being in that particular count to be able to go from 2-2 to take it to a walk. Framber doesn't really have a lot going for him so far. And then I figured I'd hit you with a little Paul Skeens. Fantastic pitcher. Had a rough outing against Sarah's Cardinals today. But I appreciate you very, very much. Skeens in the building. Is Altuve a Hall of Famer? I mean, if you're looking at his numbers, we're going to have to compare it to, other players at the position. So before I say yes or no, he's a very, very good player. And I think if you ask that question, and obviously he's probably the most hated player in baseball, out of every team, he gets booed still in every park that he goes to, based off the scandal with the trash cans and all that. So, I don't know. I mean, with the whole allegations with the cheating and whatnot, but based off stats, there's definitely going to be, an argument, that he deserves to be in, but I'm not sure how many people would vote him in that actually have access to a vote, but he's not done playing yet. But I would have to be able to look at his numbers compared to everyone that has got in, at that position, compare, and then see where we're at. And if the numbers say it, then yes, but if the numbers don't, then no. So, so I can't really give an answer before I actually look at the stats. And, I don't think it's really like clear cut, because I don't think anyone really has Altuve's stats memorized unless you're like a hardcore Altuve fan and you know everything about him. So, but I mean, you could argue he's the best player on the team, besides Alvarez and Pena right now, and he's the leader. He's more consistent than Alvarez and Pena typically, and he does go through some, streaks where, he gets cold, but most of the time, he's pretty hot, I mean, we have a deep rivalry here with him, but just because, he's our main rival, I'm not going to just shit on him and say no, even if the stats say yes. If the stats say yes, we'll see if the voters vote him in. But obviously the cheating allegations may go against him and any Houston Astro that, that was a part of that organization in that, garbage can, in that little window. So. But I think one thing is for sure, Bregman is an amazing player. Altuve is an amazing player. Yordan Alvarez is an amazing player. I like Jeremy Pena. He's up and coming. Kyle Tucker was probably my favorite player. He's no longer here. And Bregman's no longer here either. And you can definitely feel a different type of energy with this team without those two guys there. Definitely feels like it's a little bit more winnable without having Tucker or Bregman. Little chopper by Cal. Throw to first. And that will be the end of the inning. We end up leaving one stranded there at second base, still knotted up at 0. I can get one more in there for you. Appreciate you. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros in the top of the 4th. Next up in the top of the 4th, DHing today in the 3-hole, 0 for 1, Yordan Alvarez. Batting second from the Diamondbacks, first baseman Christian Walker. And batting third in the 5-hole, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Let's go Mariners.
Oh my gosh.
Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. I'm not sure where we're at on the likes, but hopefully we're at 20 by now. We should be there. Top of the 4th, knotted up at 0. And that'll happen for the Mariners pretty often. We got to wait for starting pitching to go out, and then hopefully we'll get a lucky solo dinger or a 2-run blast like Bliss had. And it might end up being, 2-1 game, 3-1 game, 4-2 kind of game. But, we got to be able to find a way to get a dub at some point or another. And it looks like, okay, we're at 23. 7 more to 30. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We're off to a good start. Let's go. And we're at 5:95 to go on the Dono train. Pitches outside to Yordan Alvarez from Luis Castillo. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch. Pitch is outside, and Alvarez with a walk. Next up for the Astros, first baseman Christian Walker. Maybe we'll be able to get a double play here with La Piedra and our defense. Let's go, baby. Appreciate that, Cole. Appreciate that, Captain. Top of the fourth, 0-0. It's been a defensive battle so far today. Castillo almost hits Walker in the chest, but he slides out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first with a walk to Yordan Alvarez. Go La Piedra. You actually look pretty good. I'm pretty strong and critical, on the players for the Mariners that aren't living up to their potential. But Castillo looks, like a pitcher that deserves to be in the 2 spot, even though that's normally George Kirby. And, we've seen Castillo, look like a 5 or someone worse. But today he's been good. And hopefully we can keep this momentum. And as long as he's good, we just need to be able to get some offense at some point. Otherwise, it'll be a sprint like it always is for us in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And we just have to try to do our best and manufacture a few hits back-to-back to win. 1-2 pitch. Popped up, fading foul. But again, with no Bregman and no Kyle Tucker, it definitely feels like, okay, you got this big jumble of teams with the Angels and the A's and the Astros and Mariners, and they're all kind of even. All of us have not been playing good ball up to this point, and then the Rangers have. So they're by far the best team in the AL West, and then we don't really know how it's going to shake out with the other 4 teams, but definitely seems it's a little bit more even. And I would say that, I think that the Mariners could be that number 2 team behind the Rangers, but losing Victor Robles is tough. And another punch out there. Pitch is in the corner there for a strike to Jeremy Pena. And I like Jeremy Pena a lot. Wasn't really involved in the scandal, and again, Altuve still will be kind of, probably the most hated player in baseball, public enemy number 1, but he's a good player. And he's proven that, even after the cheating allegations, he still is a baller, whether you like him or not. I mean, he can play. Yordan Alvarez is probably universally the most liked since Bregman and obviously Tucker are gone. But I think my 2 favorite players that were on the team were Tucker and Pena, even with the big 5. Now it's a big 3. And we'll see what Jeremy Pena does here. That one crushed towards third base. Foul behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a good question. Reddick is a very talented guy. He can coach. He can be one of those guys that could be, in a podcast or on TV. We obviously know that the NBA has a lot of problems finding people that actually know the NBA instead of just trying to stir shit up like Kendrick Perkins and making things about race and being dumb with his predictions. Obviously with, Chuck and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie, that's definitely by far the best. But there are a few others that cover the NBA that are decent. And I think Reddick definitely was one of the best, besides those guys in that show. And Pena with a base knock. That'll pay dividends there. Julio with a deep throw. And now we got runners at first and third with 1 out for the Astros. But even though this is our main rival, I can still give credit where credit's due. The guy's a stud. If ever the Mariners never had a chance to get him to come there, I would love to have him in Seattle. I think he's a stud. Offense, defense, he kind of does everything all around, and he's young and up and coming. And obviously it took a few years for Tucker to kind of get the recognition, and he started to get some of that recognition in the last couple years. And then now he looks like he'll be an MVP candidate for the Cubs. So, happy that he's having that success there in Chicago, and looks like Bregman is starting to find himself in Boston for the Red Sox as well. Pitches inside. 1-0 count. And getting an opportunity to play here, second baseman in the 6th hole, Brendan Rogers. Doesn't play every day, kind of one of those fill-in spots, but hopefully we can get him out here. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Top of the 4th, 0-0. And again, both pitchers have played good with Framber Valdez and Luis Castillo, but the defense has really been the story today. You got 5 Ks out of Valdez, 4 for Castillo, so they've been pretty even. Got a mound visit here. Top of the 4th, runners on the corners at 1st and 3rd and 1 out. 2-0 pitch from Castillo to Rogers. Come on, baby. Pitch is low. And Anthony's 3-0 count. And remember, we got Mitch Garver back there, not Cal Raleigh. So, Mitch Garver calling the pitches, not Cal. We're kind of at a disadvantage. But so far, so good, up to this point. Halfway through the game, and it's 0. So if we could just get Mitch Garver's bat to open up with him and Solano and a few of the others that have been pretty terrible in the box so far. 3 balls and 1 strike. Come on, baby. Chopper, fading, foul. Come on, Castillo. Let's go, baby. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Rogers is fighting at this at-bat. 7 pitches in. 3 consecutive foul balls. He's fighting. Three-two pitch. And he's just crushing these foul balls. And none of these are playable. Keep battling. I mean, if we can get out of this inning unscathed, this could be the difference between us winning this game and not. Usually we start to see pitchers kind of start to lose a little control, in the 4th and the 5th, usually an inning or 2 before, they try to complete that 6th inning, usually is what, most pitchers are shooting for. So that way they can get qualified for the win. 3-2 pitch. Got him! Wow. Huge strike 3. And we'll take that. Nice electric pitch from Luis Castillo. That's the La Piedra that I love from back in the day. I mean, he's progressively gotten worse and worse since we brought him in from the Reds in Julio's rookie year, stat-wise and analytic-wise. But today, matching Framber Valdez, pitch for pitch, K for K. They're both at 5 Ks. They both have had good defensive help, from the outfield and the infield, and that's why we're at 0. Easily could be 1-1 or 2-2 right now. Let's just find a way to get 1 more out so we're not down 2-0. And next up is the catcher, Yanier Diaz. Nice, Captain. 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position with an RBI and 2 Ks. Top of the 4th, 0-0 Astros and Mariners. And again, it's kind of a clusterfuck in the division, based on, 4 teams playing like shit, 1 team playing great. And the 1 team playing great isn't us, it's the Rangers. So, who knows who's going to be the second best team. But if you're looking at the roster, Seattle will have a good shot to be that number 2 team. But it really will come down to the hitting and the bullpen, and the defense specifically. 1-0 pitch. And fading foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yanier Diaz. Judah in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? Oh, Felix, definitely will be in consideration for the Hall of Fame. I mean, anytime you can pitch a perfect game or, get a no-hitter, if you look at his numbers, he's one of the best pitchers, that we've ever had. And again, we've had some pretty good ones with Randy Johnson and, we've had other players like Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez and Ichiro. So I would definitely put Felix in that same category with those guys. The only player that we're not going to claim is going to be Alex Rodriguez because he's a douchebag. But other than that, I think Felix will definitely have a shot. So, I mean, it might not be like first ballot where he gets in the first time that he's eligible. You might have to wait a while. I mean, hell, if Ichiro didn't get in unanimous, or Derek Jeter or Ken Griffey Jr., that there's haters, in there. Those guys should have been unanimous, and the only unanimous player is Mariano Rivera. And, and he was a great closer, but you can't tell me Mariano Rivera overall is better than Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, or Ichiro. They're all dominant, amazing players, but, kind of ridiculous that Rivera got in, with all the votes. And then obviously with those other three, people left him off, which is, just drinking that haterade. Top of the fourth, runner at second and third, 0-0 with 2 out. 3-2 pitch from Castillo to Cam Smith. And that's a walk. Bases loaded. Holy hell. And Cam Smith is now up next. Yanier Diaz to first, based off the walk with bases loaded. Oh, please. We have to find a way here. This could be the difference between winning and losing. Cam is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's only batting 105, so if Castillo goes right at him, we should be able to get him here. Big first pitch strike, finding the count 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike with bases loaded to Cam Smith. Come on, Castillo. I've been really hard on you, over the last few years for a good reason. Pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, that's tough, Judah. Plus pitches in. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Feels like we might get out of this. Storm Bum in the building. Popped up. That's in play. And we get lucky. And again, normally in that situation, they score 1, they score 2, they score 3, they score 4, and we're fucked. And again, we leave them stranded, bases loaded, and obviously we had an opportunity with guys at second and third, and we didn't get anything either. So obviously it kind of evens out there. We're still knotted up at 0. But I will say, once Framber Valdez and Castillo go out, we will get some production. So, nice job, Mariners. Let's go. Next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the fourth, 1 for 1, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's go. Batting second in the 5-hole, 0 for 0 catcher today, Mitch Garver, who's been struggling mightily. And speaking of struggling, 0 for 1 with a K, first baseman Donovan Solano. No Jorge Polanco in the lineup, and if we had him in the lineup, maybe we're up 1-0 at this point, or even, maybe more than that. But hopefully Polo will be available, to pitch hit, because we might need that. And Polo has been the best player for us so far, then probably Julio and Demo. But we need more than those 3 guys. We need consistency, and that's definitely a tough thing in the MLB. And shout out to my boy Brooks Beats, obviously, helping us with the sessions and a lot of the different background music and beats that he makes. And obviously we have quite a few. Like I said, I went through the 15 tracks, and I'm playing 7 of them, kind of just going through them. Heaven, Silo, Better Off, Love, Sizzle. with you and echo, and I appreciate it. Obviously, it gives us something a little bit better than the one or two that I was using for about a year that were just kind of defaulted on my streaming program. Shout out to my boy, Brooks Lee. Still got Framber Valdez out there. First pitch. Little slow dribbler. Framber covers first. One away. Need some patience in the box, baby. All right, Framber, I see you. It's not always, peaches and cream when we go against a guy like this. And when he's hot, he's hot. But again, it's been a battle so far between him and La Piedra, Luis Castillo. All pitching here so far. Randy gets out there at first. One away. Next up. Catcher today, Mitch Garver. Batting 125. Come on, Mitch. Appreciate it. He's very talented. And, these are just the ones that I thought that would fit well, with the baseball stream. There's other, ones that, as far as the background music, it's different kind of vibes and whatnot. And, normally he'll have really kind of like West Coast and, kind of like really strong hip hop type of beats and stuff and rap beats. But he's very, multi-dimensional. I mean, he can really do anything. He can do rap, he can do R&B, he can do EDM, he can do reggae, he can do electronica. It's like pretty much anything, that he can put his mind to. He can have a certain type of sound and whatnot. So, but I tried to pick the best ones that kind of, I think, flowed for the broadcast. So we'll be playing, back to back to back to back, about half of the album of the session. So about 7 tracks out of the 15 that he gave me. Not to say that the other 8 aren't good, they are, but I mean, I'm just trying to find stuff that's going to flow smoothly. And everything is created by him, through instruments that he plays and, obviously all the programs and the beat machines that, he produces everything that he does. And he's been working on the project for about 5 years and a very good friend of mine. 2-2 pitch. Garver. And is that playable? And that is fading foul. That remains 2-2. Come on, Garv. Wake up, baby. Pitch and got him. Big punch out by Framber Valdez. And I think the reason that I like what he does as well is that it's always him. He's never trying to be someone that he's not. He's always 100% original, and I think that's why we bonded when we used to work together in phone sales and we party with each other. We both had goals and dreams, and really a lot of the other people that we worked with had a lot of talent, like selling on the phone or, just, being interesting people, but there was always something kind of special between me and him based on goals and dreams. And it's just nice to be able to see him grind with, something that maybe he didn't fully believe in himself. And I will always support my friends if they have a dream or a goal. 0-1 pitch to Donovan Solano. Big swing and a miss behind the count 0-2. I'm always liking the individuals that have that unique sound. Like I'm always a big fan of like Outkast. They were way ahead of their time. And there is nobody even to this day that sounds like them. And I really appreciate the originality out of artists. Throw to first, and a very easy 1-2-3 inning there for Framber Valdez. Defense has been magnificent for both teams. We've had opportunities for some, hits, for both, but no one's been able to cash in yet, and we're probably going to have to wait for Valdez and Luis Castillo to exit the game, and then the game will open up and be a 3-inning sprint in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and hopefully we can win this. Let's see who's up next year for the Astros in the top of the 5th. Next up for the Astros in the 9-hole, 1-for-1, Jake Myers. Batting second, 0-for-2 with a K, left fielder Jose Altuve. And batting third, 1-for-2, third baseman Isaac Paredes. Let's go Mariners. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Trying to hit that algorithm and get as many people as we can. Shout out to all the new subs that we've acquired in 2025 as well as today and this month. Appreciate you guys very, very much. And this is your number one source for Seattle Mariner coverage, obviously on YouTube. My goal is to do 150 out of the 162 games, if not more. We haven't missed a game all season. And again, it's been a little rough, to start off the season, no lie. I don't think anyone anticipated us being 4-7 with Victor Robles being hurt, not having George Kirby, Matt Brash, or Troy Taylor all season. But again, we're fighters and we're not going to give up. We're 2 likes away from 30. We're at 28, 2 more to go to hit the goal. Let's get there, baby. But when we do have events, that are going to be big, like in the NASCAR Cup Series, or like maybe Talladega, we may, skip a Mariner game for something like that. WrestleMania, day 1 and day 2, we're going to skip the Mariners, in those 2 days if they're obviously playing. I'll have to take a look to see who they are playing at that particular time. But again, if they're on at the same time, I can cover both events. I can watch WrestleMania and kind of give updates while I'm watching the Mariner game as well. It's not like I'm, just because I'm not broadcasting the Mariners doesn't mean I'm not watching. I'm always watching. So, all right, top of the 5th, 0-0, Astros and Mariners. And hopefully we can find a way here to get unscathed out of La Piedra. First pitch to Jake Myers. Chops that one foul, or 1 count. Dribbler right up the middle. And Bliss off the 1 hop, and he's safe. Ryan Bliss trying to do, what he does best, play some good defense, but just a little out of position. And a great base knock there for Jake Myers. Next up, left fielder Jose Altuve. Hopefully we can get into a double play here. Most career hits versus the Mariners: Cal Ripken, Michael Young, Wade Boggs, Rafael Palmeiro, Garrett Anderson, and then Jose Altuve. 261, 259, 236, 230, 228. And Altuve getting up there in those numbers as well. First pitch is inside to Altuve from Luis Castillo. 1-0 count. Pitch is inside from Castillo. 2-0 count. Come on, Luis. Finish strong. You're in the 5th. We were able to get out of bases loaded jam earlier. Be confident in yourself and your abilities. Pitch from La Piedra to Jose Altuve. Throw to first to keep the runner honest there. Jake Myers. Oh, Altuve crushes the fuck out of that baseball. Fading foul. Thank God. 2 balls and 1 strike. That might have brought in a run on that one. Three for 15 career-wise for Altuve on La Piedra. 2-1 pitch. Altuve pops up, and we're going to get out of that at bat out of Altuve. There we go. Julio is there. No fly zone. Good shit. And I know exactly what we need to get us going. The Moose. The Moose is always good luck. Whenever we throw up the Moose, typically when we're down, we make the rally. But we're tied right now, so we can do it a little bit early, maybe an inning or two early than we normally do, but this will hopefully give us the luck that we need. Myers trying to steal the bag. Got him at second. What a throw by Mitch Garver. Not really known for throwing guys out from the knees, and that was a hell of a throw for Mitch Garver. 2 away. Jake Myers is like standing there like he's safe. Bro, you're out. Not even close. Ump was like, got him. And in the box with 2 outs, third baseman Isaac Paredes. Pitches inside. Popped up, fading, foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Pitch is in the zone there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's go, La Piedra. Finish strong, baby. This is one of his best starts that I've seen in a while. You know, obviously it would be great if we could have gotten some, good run production behind this, but we already know the Mariners are one of the bottom 5 hitting teams in baseball, so we're very streaky. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. But again, a lot of times I'm screaming out the TV, or the broadcast on how shitty Luis has been, and he's probably our 5th best pitcher, in our starting 5. But today he's looking like a number 2 guy. There we go. 6 Ks. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, man. Way to bring that electricity. Way to be able to restore the faith in the Mariner fan base in you. Nice job, La Piedra. I like it. All right, let's see who's up next here in the bottom of the 5th for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners in the 7 hole, 0 for 1, right fielder, Luke Raley. Luke, we need a nuke. It's been a minute. Come on, baby. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K. One of the heroes yesterday that had a 2-run blast that came out of nowhere, Ryan Bliss. And batting third that made the defensive play of the game yesterday, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Mariners. Yeah, he won't come back after this inning. That was his last inning. Obviously, if he was sitting, in like the 80 range, then they would, put him for one more to try to, go a little bit further. But yeah, we'll definitely have a new pitcher coming in next inning, and hopefully they don't fumble the bag for us. Gained a few subs in the broadcast. I appreciate that. 3 of them specifically. If you are one of those 3 that's in the room, I appreciate you very, very much. Any like, any sub, any share, any dono, it goes a long, long way. Still got Framber Valdez out there, which they should. Framber Valdez on the mound. Luke Raley in the box. Big moonshot swing by Luke Raley. Behind in the count 0-1. 1 hit for Seattle, 4 hits for Houston. No runs for either team, no errors for either team. That's what happens when pitching has been money. Luke fouls that one off behind in the count 0-2. But just like the lineup doesn't really feel the same in years past with no Bregman or Kyle Tucker, without Polo in the lineup, you don't really know what you're getting. And typically, if Polo's not playing, we're not playing very well. But thank God that Luis Castillo is pitching well. But we need probably are going to need Polo to come in as long as he's healthy enough to come in and pinch hit. I mean, even if it's only one at-bat, that could be the at-bat that wins the game for us like it was yesterday and many times this season. Little chopper towards first, foul. Like 5 out of the 10 opportunities to be able to win the game, he's been a part of. And there's a reason why he's batting over 400 and everyone else has been struggling besides kind of like Demo and Julio, numbers-wise. And even Julio's numbers could be better. But again, they've been playing a lot better than guys like Solano and Mastrobuoni and Garver and Rayleigh. I just can't wait for some of the farm system guys to come up. Pitchers and hitters. Get some of the rookies and the farm guys in the pen, to help us out, in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, even though we're going to have Troy Taylor back very shortly and Brash probably around the beginning of May. That will help tremendously. And Kirby as well. Little dribbler towards first. Luke Rayleigh runs hard like he always does, but he's out. 1 away. Yeah, we do. And he's out for 12 weeks. So, again, 6 weeks and then another 6 weeks. And then, they'll evaluate. Doesn't look like he's going to have surgery, but he'll be out for 3 months. And at that time, it'll be close to the deadline. And they may just shut him down for the rest of the year, depending on how he progresses. But we're not going to see Victor Robles for, a good 3 months. So, and we're going to really miss his presence out there because he's really the gas and, that makes us go. Bottom of the 5th, 0-0, 1 out. 0-1 pitch to Ryan Bliss, who came up being a hero yesterday. Let's see if he can do it again here today. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Bliss, who had a 2-run jack yesterday. And again, for a guy that's 5'5", 5'6", kind of like the Muggsy Bogues or Spud Webb of the MLB, he's very tiny, one of the shortest guys in professional baseball. But don't let the size fool you. Ooh, Bliss! Nice base knock all the way to the outfield. Hits the bottom of the wall and a stand-up double for Ryan Bliss. Nice. Thank God. We know that you can play defense, Ryan, but getting that bat going, hell yeah. Way to bring that electricity, baby. We need it. We need it. Nice job, Ryan. Next up is shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's see if he can help out as well.
You dream of heaven.
25 years old for Ryan Bliss. Come on, JP. First pitch to JP Crawford in the corner. 0-1 count.
You dream of. Oh my God.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. I got a good feeling about today. We got pretty lucky yesterday. We had Santos. Should have been brought in Gabe Spire. We didn't. And then the next pitch, Demo had the error, and that brought in 2, and Polo ended up bailing us out. And I'm really hoping Polo will pinch hit late in this game, like in the 7th. Maybe we can get 2 at-bats with him in the 7th and the 9th, and hopefully that'll be enough for us to possibly win, even if it ends up being 1-0 or 2-1. I don't care. We'll take it. A win is a win. Popped up for JP in foul territory, 2 away. Congratulations. On going to the game and the Twins. Next up for the Mariners, it's Demo leading off Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. And even though Demo had that critical error, yesterday, it didn't cost us the game. And, if you're looking at the numbers of the players, Jorge Polanco and Dylan Moore got the highest batting average on the team. So, Everyone else is batting, 220 or lower, which is frightening. Solano, .063. Should have never signed him. Should have used that money for a bullpen guy. Same thing with Mastroboni. But again, that's the Mariners organization for you with DePoto, at the top there. Not a very smart guy with the ownership. Ownership not good, GM not good. Dan Wilson, he might be better than Scott Service, but again, he's just a bridge guy. We're probably going to have to get someone better than him at some point, but his decision-making has been shaky at best to start the season. Now visit there by Yanni Diaz and Framber Valdez. Demo, 2-0 count with 2 outs with a runner on second. And Demo is patient, and so he'll be able to, get a walk if needed. Certain guys at the end of the order, like JP, can be patient. Dylan Moore has that patience. And then once you get here, the patience starts to go away a little bit with Julio, Cal, and Randy. So hopefully we can get something here with Demo, even if it ends up being a walk or a hit by pitch if he doesn't get hurt. And that is fading foul. Cole with the tour. I wouldn't be qualified as a GM, but I could definitely be a statistical analyst guy like, for Moneyball in that movie with the A's. Stats on stats. Stats on stats. Racks on racks. A little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Let me know what you want to do for a photo. It doesn't have to be baseball related. If you want an F1 photo or something like that, let me know, and I'll get it in between innings here in a few minutes. Appreciate that. Every dollar counts. I got bills to pay. 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. My dad, obviously grew up in Los Angeles, lived in Hawaii and a few other places, and my dad's been a Dodger fan since the 50s. So whenever the Dodgers obviously have a game and the Mariners have a day off, that will be the team that we end up doing the stream for as far as MLB is concerned. 2-2 pitch, and chopper for Demo, throw to first, and we leave one stranded. Great defense again. That's the end of the 5th inning. We're still knotted up here at 0. If I get one with get here. First photo got rejected. Second photo got rejected. Yeah, for whatever reason, they don't like F1 photos. Third photo got rejected. I don't know why F1 photos. Fourth photo got rejected. See, at some point, there's got to be at least a couple that will format. Fifth photo got rejected. 6th photo got rejected. 7th photo got rejected. 8th photo got rejected. 9th photo finally went through. Yeah, they don't like F1, man. But those are the lengths that I have to go through and people don't realize.
You dream of heaven.
Another photo rejected. Like 2 out of 10. I bet's better than nothing. Appreciate you. Go to the top of the 6th. He's up next here for the Astros. Next up for the Astros, DHing Jordan Alvarez. Batting second, first baseman Christian Walker. And batting third, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Wow, they still got Luis Castillo out there. Holy heck. They want to really try to get him the stats here today. Stand with Ukraine in the building. What's good? Go M's. What's good? Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. 2-0 pitch from Castillo to Alvarez. Pitches outside and gets a little bit of a homer call there. Could have been a ball for 3-0 count, but gets the strike call. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jordan Alvarez. And we still got Luis Castillo out there. 97 pitches. Holy hell. And these are the kind of the questionable decisions, that we have with Dan Wilson, but also our bullpen hasn't been good. So sometimes you got to go with your starter if he's been good. And if he's been a little shaky, still might be better than bringing in Thornton or Bizzardo, and obviously Sauce got sent down to AAA. And really the only bullpen guy I trust is Gabe Spire, if I'm being honest. And then obviously the closer, Andres Munoz. I trust those 2 guys, and I trust Matt Brash, but we don't have him yet. And I trust Troy Taylor, and we don't have him either. So 2 out of the 4 guys that I trust aren't even available yet and haven't even played this season. So hopefully we'll be able to get that. But anytime you get up into that 90 to 100 range, you may end up, giving up that big RBI or that big home run, but hopefully it doesn't happen. Hundred pitches for Castillo. 2-2 pitch. Pitches outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let's go, baby. Oh, God, and Bizzardo. I mean, again, and he hammers that one, Jordan Alvarez, into Luke Raley. And normally the first guy that would be coming in for us would be Brash, and Brash could pitch in the 6th inning, the 7th inning, the 8th, or the 9th. He's got that versatility, but when we're all healthy, it'll be Brash, typically, and then you can end up going with, one of these other guys, Thornton, Bizzardo, whoever, and then, Troy Taylor, typically like in the 8th. And then you got Santos that you could throw in the 8th as well. And then obviously Andres Munoz in the 9th. But when we're fully good to go, maybe Brash, Santos, Taylor, Munoz. And if you can have that, and I don't even trust Santos anymore. He's been way too shaky and whatnot. But at least we didn't give up anything, home run wise. But Jordan at first, and hopefully we can get a double play to get out of this inning. Next up is Christian Walker. And hopefully Eduardo Bizzardo doesn't fuck it up here for us. Go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. I don't know what we're at like, but one of the mods will type it in the chat. And then what are we at on the donuts? We got, 7? Got a long ways to go. 93 to go. Go, baby. And Luis Castillo actually had a pretty damn good game, right? 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 102 pitches, 83 strikes, 63 strikes. Not that high. 2.12 ERA. Nice job, Luis. One of the better outings for Luis Castillo. Too bad we couldn't get some run support to help him. But again, the Mariners being a bottom 5 hitting team, sometimes it has to be that sprint in the 7th, 8th, and 9th once the starters go out. And hopefully we can find a way here. 6.2 innings, 5.40 ERA for Eduardo Bizzardo. Not good. ERA, very high. WHIP, 1.50. 6 Ks to 2 walks. And hopefully we can find a way to come out unscathed here in this inning. Oh for 2 with 2 strikeouts for Christian Walker. Chops that one foul, behind in the count 0-2. Good start for Bizzardo here against Christian Walker. Let's go, Bizzardo. Work hand in hand with Garver, just like in the photo. Let's go. We got this. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is wild. Nice catch there by Garver. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on, Mariners. 1-2 pitch. Pitch is low and outside. Good stop. And smothered baseball there by Garv. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bizzardo on the mound. Christian Walker in the box. Acquired by the Diamondbacks in that move here in 2025. Little slow dribbler, flip to second, throw to first, double play. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Trident's up. Nice job, J.P. Crawford. And it's not like we're going to get double plays that often. We usually hit into double plays, not get double plays defensively. Nice job, JP. You the man. Next up, shortstop, 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base, Jeremy Pena. Big swing and a miss by Pena, on the count 0-1. Let's go, Bizzardo. Pitch. Big swing and a miss. Pena looking like Julio out there, swinging at anything. Finding the count now 0-2. Come on, Bizzardo. Come on, Edward. You definitely have a wild streak to you, though. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's go, baby. Low and into the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th, 0-0. 2 hits all day for the Mariners. 5 for the Astros. No errors. Defense has been great. Pitching has been great, but just haven't been able to get anything going. But again, once starting pitching goes out, we should be able to manufacture a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But hell, even at this point, if you win 1-0, either team will be happy. Wow, pitch was way outside, but we get the strike 3 call. There we go. Nice job, Bizzardo. Nice job, Edward. Okay. See who's up next here for the Mariners in the bottom of the 6th. Let's get some fucking hits. Wake up. We need Polo bad, as you can tell. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. We need that bat to be alive. We need that good follow-through swing. And guess what? You know what we need. Trident's up. Let's go, Julio. Maybe we can get a home run here. I mean, we'll be happy with just a single. Let's get something going. Let's go, J-Rod. 0 for 1 with a base on ball. Let's get something going. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, DHing Cal Raleigh. Come on, big dumper. Let's go, baby. Trident's up. You got this, baby. Let's go. And batting third, 1 for 2, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Go, Randy. Want to be a hero today? Get it. We need Polo. We need Polo. I mean, especially a game like this where, it literally could go either way. But again, if we do find a way to win this game, then we'll have a very good chance at the sweep tomorrow. And not every game is going to be, 8-7. Every once in a while, we're going to have a game like that. And we may or may not win a game like that. Sometimes we're going to get our hearts broken, like we did against the Tigers. But if we can make up a little bit of ground and get as close to 500, it's possible. And if we end up sweeping the Astros, that would put us one game behind 500 and being at 6-7. So battle with Seattle, Julio, Polo, and Cal Raleigh, but no Polo today so far. I know he's got some soreness with the hip and with the knee, but he's batting over 400, one of the best in MLB, and we just need to hopefully have him play on a regular, everyday basis. He was a hero last night, and he's been the hero in almost every game that we played and that we've won this season. Julio, first pitch from Framber Valdez, still out there. Chop foul. 0-1 count. 82 pitches in for Framber, so not in the same kind of cadence and pace as Luis Castillo La Piedra was at. Chopper towards third base, and it goes foul. Behind in the count 0-2, and when Julio gets behind in the count 0-2, not typically good. Usually a strikeout, pop up, or ground out like 90% of the time. Let's see if he can fight out of this and get on base. Come on, Julio. Be patient in the box. Come on, J-Rod. We need you. Bring that electricity, baby. Come on, baby. We need you. We need a rally. 0-2 pitch. And Julio crushes that one behind the T-Mobile Park sign, behind the plate, behind the ump, next to Muckleshoot. So 0-2 count. Curve, sinker, change, four-seamer, and slider. Valdez with 5 pitches tonight against the Mariners. Curve, sinker, change, the most popular. Pitches inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio. Be patient, Julio. Come on, Mariners. Let's go. 1-2 pitch. Pitches inside. Good eye, Julio. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we're not going to say good eye, Julio that often. Two pitch from Valdez to Rodriguez. Chopper foul. Count remains 2-2. Come on, baby. Come on, Em. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Julio. And it seems like we say that so fucking often. Come on, J-Rod. Next up is Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. 0-for-2 with a K. Come on, Cal. Hasn't been really pretty for J-Rod and Cal Raleigh early in the season. I mean, they've had their moments where they, homered early, in a game, together, but we didn't get anything late. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And obviously, when Cal bats left-handed, it's a lot better than Cal batting right-handed. And he's had to bat right-handed all day today because you got Framber Valdez still wheeling and dealing. So, strikeout and ground out for Cal, 0-for-2. 195 average, 2 home runs, 3 ribbies. And those stats need to be better for Big Dumper. Big swing and a miss behind the count 0-2. 9 more likes to 40. Let's get it. Bye-bye. Oh, 2 pitch from Valdez to Raleigh. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Cal. 2 away. Next up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Shows you how important like Victor Robles and Polo are to this team. You know, it's like even with those guys playing, sometimes we stink. You know, so it's like if you got 2 guys that we know that are really instrumental in our success and you don't have them, you know, it's not like we can really rely on some of these others, you know, like Garver's, unreliable. Solano's fucking terrible. Rayleigh hasn't been good this year. Bliss and JP have gotten better as the season has gone on. Julio and Cal haven't hit their stride yet. Randy is very streaky. And again, Demo and Polo have been the best so far, but and throw to first, down goes Randy, and Framber Valdez gets out of the inning. End of the 6th, and that'll probably be the last inning for Framber Valdez. And we're knotted up at 0. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros. And then these type of games, when you lose, it's like soul crushing because it's like either team isn't really doing a whole lot, and you want to be able to come up with W's. In this scenario, this could be the difference in these type of games. Whether you get to 88 wins and you get to a wild card, or you get to 80 to 85 wins and you miss, the playoffs by a couple games. These are kind of games that you have to fucking win somehow, some way. Hopefully, Polo will pinch hit, in the 7th, 8th, or 9th. We need him. Crazy to think that one at bat for a guy sitting on the bench for 2 to 3 hours could be the thing that helps us win, but that's what happens when you get a guy that's been batting, 400 to 450 all season. Next up for the Astros in the top of the 7th, 0 for 2, second baseman Brendan Rodgers. Batting second in the 7-hole, catcher Yanier Diaz. And batting third, right fielder Cam Smith. Come on, Mariners. And let's see what we're going to do. And we're bringing in Colin Snyder. So Bizzardo did his job. Come on, Colin. Go, baby. Take a look at some of the scores, if I can get it all up here. All right, we got Diamondbacks 4, Orioles 2 in the 7th. Reds 1, Giants 0 in the 8th. Athletics 9, Padres 4. That's a shocker. And then final scores the rest of the way. Tigers 5, Yankees 0. Surprise. Tigers are pretty good this year. Guardians 1, White Sox 0 with bases loaded walk. Mets 10, Marlins 5. Cardinals 5, Pirates 3 in team's home debut. Nats 8, Dodgers 2. That's rare. Blue Jays 6, Red Sox 1. Angels 4, Rays 3. Braves 7, Phillies 5. Royals 2, Twins 1. Cubs 6. Cubs 10, Rangers 6. Thank you, Cubs. And Brewers 7, Rockies 1. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's go, baby. First pitch in there to Rodgers from Colin Snyder in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Nice job, Colin. Let's go, baby. We need it. Come on, Colin. Nice strike there. Behind the count now 0-2 for Rodgers from Snyder. Let's go. Oh, 2 pitch. Wow, that was nasty. You got to frame that. Come on, Garv. If he would have framed that, that could have been strike 3. Pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're on the top of the 7th, 0-0. Snyder on the mound. Rodgers in the box. Fouls that one off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nope. Yep. I don't need that. I don't need some petty Astro score for your parlay and then your like and sub. How about you don't even watch it here and you can watch somewhere else? How about that? Top of the 7th, 0-0, Astros and Mariners. I don't need to beg. Pitch is high and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, wow. Oh, you're good, man. You get the pass because you and me are good. So regardless on what bet goes your way or doesn't go your way, you can complain about it here, and you're all good with me, my guy. But apparently for Greg, not so much. Sorry, Greg, not here. But he didn't see that coming. Top of the 7th, 0-0, Astros and Mariners. Colin Snyder on the mound, 3-2 pitch. Got him, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. Way to bring that electricity, baby. Next up for the Astros, catcher Yanier Diaz. People, if they get a run, I'll like and subscribe. How about you can keep your like and subscribe, and you can watch the stream anywhere but here forever. Oh, 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss to Diaz. Nice pitch by Colin Snyder. I like what I'm seeing, the heat that he's bringing in, coming in out of the pen. I still only trust Gabe Spire and Andres Munoz in our pen, for obviously mid-relief and closer out of all the guys that we have until we get Brash and Troy Taylor healthy soon. 0-2 pitch, pitches outside, 1-2 count. Two balls and 2 strikes. And we actually traded Cody Bolton away to Cleveland in exchange for cash, so we don't have him anymore. Chopper by Diaz. Dylan Moore is there, and Solano, an idiot, fucking missed the baseball at first. Cut that motherfucker. He sucks, dude. What a waste of money. Just because you were pretty good, for the Padres in that park at Petco doesn't mean you're going to be a fit here. And Demo throws to Solano, can't even catch the ball to get out number 2. I mean, you can't defend, you can't hit. You're fucking terrible. You can go back to the Padres for a bag of Cheetos. You suck. I mean, things are bad when, your top signings are fucking Donovan Solano and Miles Mastroboni, when other guys are getting guys like Juan Soto, and, not to say that the Mariners would ever be able to spend money like that, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, can we get some, notable players better than a Solano and a Miles Mastroboni? I mean, and if you're going to spend money, how about don't get either one of those guys and use money on pitchers in the pen? That would be more valuable for the Mariners. And then we can call up some guys in the farm system. Holy hell. Yeah. Well, again, like you mentioned, Judah, first time it's ever happened. So, sometimes with the, sports god, it's hard. Nothing is guaranteed in sports. Houston dominated that whole game against Florida. Florida led for like a minute, and then they won the championship. So, Florida gave Houston what Houston gave to Duke in the Final Four. You never really know what you're going to get. And, just a little lapse in judgment or poor play or not having your head on a swivel, in net. And then all of a sudden, that shit happens, just like right here. And Smith triples to left. Diaz scores, and now we're down fucking 1-0. Fucking A. Motherfucking Cam Smith. Holy shit. And then right past Demo again. Nice hit by Cam Smith. And Diaz scores, and Cam's going for the triple. Obviously, we know Cam's hustling down there to get that triple, and it shows you how important, the starters are important. And we already know we have one of the top, 3 rotation guys, normally when we're healthy. Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Brian Wu, Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo. But our pen stinks. Defense was shaky early in the season. It's gotten better in the last few games, but again, if your mid-relievers stink, this is the type of shit that fucking happens, man. You got like 6, 7, 8 guys and you only can trust one in Gabe Spire, and, shit happens. Now we just have to hope the bats will open up a little bit. And Greg could have liked and subbed, but you know what? I don't want likes and subs, based off that, We want to be able to build a community here, not just if someone's parlay fucking wins or doesn't. Big swing and a miss to Jake Myers. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, fuck, man. And again, like I said, it's going to be a sprint, after the starters go out in those last 3 innings, and you just have to pray that we can find a way. And again, if Polo pitch hits, I think we'll have a chance to win. But if he doesn't, we might lose this game. Popped up. Rayleigh throws home. And Garver misses the baseball. Holy fuck. Maybe take a break, Sometimes there's signs, in your dreams and in your real life, and again, based on, even that crazy, it's never happened before, but maybe that's a sign to maybe step back, And I know you try to supplement that, for other things, but maybe trying to find something a little bit more positive and constructive. So, anytime you're betting on sports or in stocks, it's a complete risk. I mean, hell, like even with me, bro, like I read and watch film, like literally 4 to 6 hours every day. I follow every team, every player, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, WWE, NASCAR. I mean, I follow everything, and even I don't bet, and I feel that if anyone were to bet and be good at it, it would be me, and I don't even do it. I'm a little superstitious, but I know how sports goes. So JP, throw to first. And we get out of that inning with obviously the runner stranded in third, but the damage was done there by Cam Smith. And now they have a 1-0 lead. And I get it, obviously, if you're trying to cut back from drinking and, smoking and, you're using this as kind of like a thing to, supplement, like a vice, and whatnot. And, sometimes, there's messages, that we get in our dreams and in our real life based off our decisions. And sometimes, you got to take a step back, because if you don't, and then you continue down this path, then you're going to get deeper and deeper in the hole. And then instead of actually, being happy, having this thing supplementing the drinking and the smoking, then it actually is going to end up making things worse for you, because then you're losing money and you're worried, and and then you end up having anxiety and am I going to get my money back? And then you start going down like a bad path. So, and you're definitely free. You're a grown man. You're free to do whatever you want. But I think that's the sign that maybe just take a step back for a little bit. Not forever, but especially if you had something that has never happened before and you lost, Sometimes it's things like that or a sign that, hey, maybe you need to pump the brakes a little bit and bet a little bit less, or take like a week off, and then get back into it again or something. So go to the bottom of the 7th. Now we got Scott coming in for Framber Valdez. He's up there for the Mariners. We need something, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, Mariner Moose. We need you. Next up for the Mariners, catcher 0 for 1 with a K, Mitch Garver, who is a terrible hitter. Batting second at first base, another terrible hitter, Donovan Solano. And batting third, I think a player that most Mariner fans like because he hustles, okay at defense, and normally an okay hitter, but he struggled this season, Luke Rayleigh. But, at some point, you have to think Mitch Garver sucks
factor has to go away, and he'll have to get lucky. Same thing with Solano, and hopefully it'll be here tonight. And then obviously we have Dominic Canzone that will be available after the Victor Robles injury. There we go, Luke. There you go. There you go, Garv. There you go, Solano. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Astros. Wow, look at that. Nice base knock by Mitch Garver. And then again, Donovan Solano should be cut or traded away for a bag of Cheetos, and we can actually get someone that can play Dominic Canzone. And I think we love Dominic Canzone. Again, sometimes people don't realize what you have, and sometimes it's better to stick with what you have instead of trying to sign these other guys that had pretty good seasons elsewhere. Because obviously Seattle is the hardest hitting park to hit at. And if you were good at Petco for San Diego with all that good supporting cast, doesn't mean you're going to be good in Seattle. Yeah, that was Garver with that hit. And now we got Dominic Canzone in for Solano. But you can't expect Dominic to, do a lot right away. It's his first at bat, since being called up. So, but I'll tell you what, Solano is asked. Dirty Dom. Oh, I hear Paisley Puff. Hold on, I gotta open the door. All right, my pup she gave me the little woof. I could hear her sniffing by the door, so. 0-2 count to Canzone. Got him. And down goes Canzone. Next up is Luke Raley. We need Jorge Polanco. It's crazy to think that someone like Polo and Garv, which were zeros last year, and now you go from 0 to hero. I really, really, really hope that Polo isn't on steroids or PEDs. Because again, whenever you have a guy that normally isn't very good, and then all of a sudden they get really good, it always makes you wonder, are they cheating? Are they, and Polo isn't. I know we have a position change, but just like Dirksen Profar, he was a terrible player for years and years and years. And then within the last couple years, all of a sudden, getting traded away to the Rockies, coming back to the Padres, having one of the best seasons, getting that big deal of 30 mil, and then obviously getting busted for PEDs and now out for half the season and can't play in the postseason. And a lot of these players are willing to risk, drugs or PEDs or steroids for a year if they can get a big contract, even if that means that they, lose out on some of that money. But that was more money, that he's ever seen. So I really hope Polo is not on the Peds. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Astros. Mitch Garver stole second. Hell yeah. 1-1 pitch from Scott to Raley. Yes! And Walker fumbles the bag. Go, go, go! Yeah! Let's go! RBI. That's what I'm talking about. That's the Luke that we all love. And we're knotted up at 1, baby. Let's fucking go. Way to bring that electricity. You know what you are, Luke? You're fucking money. Let's go. We're knotted up at 1. That's what I'm talking about. Better late than never. Trident's up. Paisley's our good luck charm. She comes into the room, notices Dad's getting close to being done, and what a clutch knock. Next up is Ryan Bliss, who was very clutch yesterday with a 2-run jack to give us that early lead. And then JP and the rest close the door. Here we go. About goddamn time, Luke. Come on, Ryan. I mean, I've been watching this team, for almost 40 years. I know how we operate. and Rayleigh steals second. Woo! And again, for a team that has really good pitching that can't hit, it definitely is one of those things. It's like you get like a little anxious, and you're like, come on, when's it going to happen? But eventually, once the starters go out, and then it ends up being a sprint. It's like nothing, 0-0, 0-0. Nobody can hit. Defense is good. Pitching is great on both sides. And then eventually, something's got to give. And then we'll see which bullpen sucks more. And whatever bullpen sucks more, then, the other team's going to win. And obviously, each bullpen hasn't really been the greatest. And now we have a 1-1 game instead of 0-0. But, if everything goes, the way that I think it could go, we could end up getting another run added on, in this inning. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes. Stealing bags is so important, and not having Victor Robles, is tough. But also, we need to be dropping bunts down. I've been telling, everyone in the broadcast, and, again, the really, really good teams, know how to bunt, and they're not afraid to bunt. Like even in the Giants series, they had a moment where they went back-to-back bunts with players that normally never bunt because they know that the pitcher will probably fumble it and try to barehand it and probably miss it, and then you'll end up getting a single off a bunt, sometimes even a double. And again, you have to be strategic. But again, I don't think a lot of MLB teams practice defense for bunting. And again, if you can be good at bunting and have good hand position and good location, it can really help you win. Especially if you're a bottom 5 hitting team like us. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes from Scott to Bliss. Let's go, baby. Bunting is a lost art, And I'm telling you, the really, really good teams, they do it and they do it often. And there's not a lot of them that actually attempt it. But, if you watch games on a regular basis, you'll see what teams are doing. And again, not just like once a game. Like if I was managing the team or if I was, had some kind of input, I would be dropping bunts down minimum, 3 times a game. But I think the sweet spot would be about 4 or 5 times a game. And it doesn't have to be the same player every time. Especially if you got a guy that's like 0-2 and 0-3, you're probably going to go 0-4 and, strike out. You might as well just drop a bunt down, see if you can get a single, get your average at 250 rather than 0. And Bliss fouls that one off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's like the San Francisco Giants. They're probably the surprise team of 2025 so far. They're really good at bunting, and their team is very exciting to watch. It's unfortunate. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Bliss. Scott with a big K there. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Okay, we have a pitching change here. King coming in. All right, Ryan King versus J.P. Crawford. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 7th, 1-1, Astros and Mariners. It's really been a good pitching defensive battle. And again, without having Bregman and Kyle Tucker, this team isn't the same, the Astros. Without having Polo and Victor Robles in the lineup, it's not the same team. And again, it could still have those 4 players, 2 on the Astros and 2 on the Mariners, and we could still be sitting at a 1-1 game. But if Polo was playing and Robles was playing and Bregman was still on the team with Kyle Tucker, it might be a little bit more than just 1-1 at this point. So Eric in the building from Everett. Nice. Looks good. Go M's. Yeah, well, most Mariner fans do. I mean, it's like our most heated rival. Astros, Angels, I'm not sure. And then Rangers, and then obviously Yankees. I'm not really sure if we have a heated rivalry with the A's, but I know that they're going to be better this year. And when we play them, I don't think it's going to be as heated as the Angels was for us, like when Trout and Ohtani was there, when they would try to fight us all the time. But I would say that this is probably our number 1 rival, the Houston Astros. And then I think, when Seattle plays New York, the Yankees, it's tough to play them because we know how good they are, torpedo bats or not. But, I always look forward to those matchups, for, outside of our AL West. And we're 1 pitch away from getting guys at first and second here. Get this walk, baby. Go, JP. Pistol fingers up. And that one fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, what are you waiting for? Help your boy out. And I'm not sure what we're at on the donos. I think we got a long ways to go. What are we at? 93 to go. Help your boy out. Got bills to pay. Pitch is outside, and that's a walk for JP. There we go. Pistol fingers up. Bang, bang. Pew, pew. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Let's see if we can end up getting a little bit more insurance. Next up, one of the best players on the team this year, not named Jorge Polanco. Guess who? Dylan Moore. I don't think anyone had that banked for 2025, but we'll take it. Let's go, Demo. Bring that electricity, baby. First pitch in, 1-0 count to Dylan Moore. I'm not sure if I like Dylan Moore at the leadoff spot, but again, it's an experiment by Dan Wilson. He's got the 2nd highest batting average on the team besides Polo. Line drive to third. Wow, 1 ball and 1 strike. But even if we don't add on this particular inning, at least we tied it. Beggars can't be choosers. Pitch is outside, 2 balls. No, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Go for 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. You can't get too greedy, especially when you're a typical bottom 5 hitting team. But it doesn't really look like Polo is going to pinch hit, but I hope he does, because if he comes in the 8th or the 9th, that might be the guy that makes the difference and helps us win like he did yesterday. Runners at first and second, bottom of the 7th, 1-1, tied up. 2 outs, 1-2 pitch. And big swing and a miss, and Dylan Moore 0 for 4 in the leadoff spot. And chances are that'll be the last time you see Dylan Moore leading off. Okay, Demo, I still love you. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Next up for the Astros, 1 for 3 with a K, third baseman Isaac Paredes. Batting second, DHing. 1 for 2 with a base on ball, Rodon Alvarez. And batting third, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, first baseman Christian Walker. Let's go, Mariners. We didn't bring it up in the broadcast today, but I did see that he ended up passing because the roof collapsed at the club in the Dominican. All right, Canzone is going to be playing in right field, and Rayleigh's moving to first base. Nice to be able to see Dirty Dom. You know, we got a Dom, obviously, in WWE. We got a Dom in Seattle, and hopefully they can do some damage here. And we got Gabe Spire coming in. That's really the only guy that I trust in the pen, besides maybe Andres Munoz. But even if I had to compare the two, I trust Gabe more than I trust Munoz. That's saying something. And Gabe, he's got the ability to fuck up too, just like everyone else, but he is the most trustworthy guy that we have. And then once we end up getting, Brash and Troy Taylor, I'll add those two guys to the mix, even though that they haven't been able to play yet in 2025. But those will probably be the most trustworthy guys that we have. Gabe, Munoz, and then bringing in Troy Taylor, who gave us a lot of heat, and obviously that kind of swag that we need. And then obviously Brash, a guy that we really have missed, last year and this year. Brash has got the ability to pitch in the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th. Taylor can pitch in the 7th, 8th, or 9th. And Munoz can pitch in the 8th or 9th. So we have some flexibility there, but I really like Gabe Spire, the Pat McAfee lookalike, and hopefully he'll mow down these 3 batters, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gabe. I'm bringing it up here now in the broadcast. First pitch, Gabe Spire, right down the middle for a strike. When's the last time you've seen a guy come in from the pen, sitting there for, almost 2.5 hours, and it can throw a heater right down the middle? It's like when we had Sauce in there, or Bizzardo, or Thornton. It's like you're just waiting for them to fuck up and for the pitch to be wild. Big swing and a miss. And again, anyone that wants to, say otherwise, you haven't been watching. And, I watch every single game from beginning to end. 3.2 innings pitched, and ERA is fucking 0, okay? His whip is .27. 6 Ks, no fucking walks. Either you know or you don't. Gabe is the man. 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Fading foul. Smoke his ass. Let's go. And I don't know why Dan Wilson, sometimes only has Gabe in there for like an inning when he's had other guys pitch like 2, when we need it. Popped up. And then see ya later. 1 away. There we go. Bye-bye, Isaac. Not today. Next up, DHing Yordan Alvarez. Let's go, Gabe. Like, there was a game a couple games back where Gabe ended up going 1, 2, 3 in like 5 pitches, and he didn't even come out the next inning. When you have guys, that are untrustworthy like Sauce, who's now in AAA, Bizzardo, Thornton, doesn't really make any sense. And I don't give a shit if a guy is left-handed or right-handed. Gabe can get it done against anybody. He's money. First pitch to Yordan, strike. Let's go. Come on, Gabe. Gabe's got that swagger, too. Not a lot of guys have that swag and that confidence and that aura. That one chop foul. And especially if you can get in the account, ahead of the count, 0-2. Just like when, they get ahead of the count on Julio 0-2, it's game over. It's normally going to lead to a strikeout, a pop-up, or a ground out 90% of the time with Gabe. 0-2 pitch to Yordan Alvarez. Smoke his ass. I respect Yordan 100%, but I trust Gabe more. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yordan Alvarez. Let's go. Go, Gabe. Show him what you got. One-two pitch. Little dribbler. Bliss. Go to first. 2 away. Next up, first baseman Christian Walker. Mow him down. 3 up, 3 down. Let's go, Gabe. Oh for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Grounded into a double play. Go Spire. Go Gabe. I love lefties too, man. And if you're a lefty and you're good, there's just something magical about lefties. Pitchers and hitters. Especially when they're good. Not like Sauce. Sauce fucking terrible. Shouldn't even be on the fucking team. Shouldn't even be in our fucking AAA organization. Cut his ass. Terrible. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, the way that Gabe's pitching, hell, you could have Gabe come in there for the 9th inning if you didn't want Munoz to go out there. Instead of signing Solano and Miles Mastroboni, should have tried to find a couple Gabe Spire clones for the pen. Popped up. And that's deep. Back to the warning track. Julio. Let's go, baby. 3 up, 3 down. Malum down. Gabe Spire. Take that. Take that. Here we go. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Let's get some fucking offense now. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. It's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Try dance up. How about being a reliable player for once? Come on, earn your contract. You know, if you ever want to be considered an all-star or a Hall of Famer, wake up. You know, let's go. Same thing goes for this guy. We gave him that 6-year, $105 million extension, but he's been kind of starting slow, like Julio, and they feed off each other. So if Julio gets going, Cal will get going, especially when we don't have Victor Robles. Okay? Cal Raleigh 0 for 3, 2 Ks, but he had to bat right-handed because of Framber Valdez. So if he gets to bat left-handed, he's much better. And then batting third, 1 for 3, left fielder Randy Arozarena, who is very streaky. So hopefully he can find a way. Let's go, Randy. You know, it's like normally when you have guys, you know, if you're just hearing those names, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, most people are like, ooh, you're going to rake. But if you watch the games, not so much. You know, they're very streaky players. So hopefully we can find a way here. Double zero. I mean, I don't really give a shit what fucking Gabe wears. Any number. As long as he keeps playing the way that he is. But he is by far the best bullpen guy that we got. Period. Great to see. You're the man, Gabe. And if there was a time or a moment that we need this, tridents up, and this, tridents up, and this, tridents up, it's fucking right now. Let's go. Let's go, baby. First pitch right down the middle for King to Julio. A 1 count. And then if Julio fouls this off or swings and misses, oh, guess what? 0-2. I mean, he is so fucking predictable. You know, they throw a strike or he swings at garbage on the first pitch, fouls off the second pitch. How often does that happen with Julio? Seems like fucking almost every other at-bat. And when he gets behind in the count 0-2, chance of him getting a hit is like pretty slim. So let's see if he can break that. First pitch there, outside after the 0-2 count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, we've been able to see him battle, you know, for a walk, you know, in an 0-2 count, but, you know, 90% of the time when he gets in an 0-2 count, he's done. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, I want to be honest, you know. I'm not going to just give the guy a free pass because he's a popular player, you know. You got to earn your keep here. No freebies. You know, we don't just push that shit to the side just because you're Julio or Cal Raleigh or Randy Arozarena. You're going to get criticized if you fuck up. It's crazy. We need Polo. Put his ass in. We need a pinch hitter. Hopefully we get Polo in at some point. 2-2 pitch. Chopper. He's out. 1 away. Julio. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. They keep having these goddamn left-handed pitchers, so you don't really get a chance to see Cal at his finest, you know, where we can actually get him batting from the left side, not the right side. Not to say that he can't hit a home run or get a base knock from the right side, but the batting average is considerably lower most of the time when you have to bat from this side. Bottom of the 8th, 1-1, Astros and Mariners. 1 out, nobody on. 0-1 pitch from King to big dumper. 0-1 pitch, fouls that off, behind in the count 0-2. I ended up going to a matchup with the Royals with Bobby Witt Jr. in his rookie year and Cal in Julio's rookie year in 2022, and I ended up getting a Julio foul ball in his rookie year against the Royals, and then I ended up getting an Aaron Judge ball when he ended up having that 62 home run season when I went to the Yankee game that year as well. But since that year, 2022, again, it's been very streaky, for Julio. But let's go, Cal Raleigh. Let's get it done, baby. And Cal's been, locked in. Just need to be a little bit more consistent. 1-2 pitch, Cal. Yes! There we go. All the way back to the wall. And even though the dumper is slow with the big butt, he should be able to have a stand-up double there. They don't call him Big Dumper for nothing. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You the man. Hey, we might not be able to rely on you just yet, but hey, nice job. Nice job. Stand-up double for Big Dumper, and that'll give us a good chance to hopefully win this game. Nice job, Cal. That's the way to be. Next up, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. 1 for 3. Let's make it 2 for 4, baby. Let's go. Nice job, Cal. Way to fight it out. Come on, Randy. We got to go for 1 run this inning and 1 run in the ninth. We don't want to get too greedy. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is inside. And at this point, you'll take anything. A walk, hit by a pitch, as long as the guy doesn't get hurt. Just be patient in the box. The chances of a lot of these guys in the pen that can pitch 3 strikes in a row is slim for both teams. Pitch is high, 3-0 count. Randy, just take the fucking walk. But of course, Randy won't. It's 3-0. You should be able to take the walk, but let's see. Pitch right there inside for a strike, 3-1 count. That really tells you the difference between good players and clutch players. Popped up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now is full. Not only the best in the franchise, but one of the best in MLB. We need to be able to get that consistency up. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Randy. But based off leadership, defense, clutch hitting from last year, the ability to hit 30 home runs. I mean, there's, Will Smith, JT Realmuto, Adley Rutschman. But again, I like homegrown talent. And I'm happy that we will have Cal hopefully for the rest of his career after this contract is up. But Randy, when you're in a 3-0 count, you should have been able to get to first on the walk, but not so fast, 2 away. And now we got to pray that Mitch Garver, at least he ended up getting a hit at his last at-bat, can be a hero here. But to ask for Mitch to be able to get 2 hits in a game, I don't know. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Ryan King. We need Polo. Polo went from 0 to hero real quick. And a position change. Still, his defense stinks at third. He's got a noodle arm, but offensively, I mean, how many guys are batting over 400 in MLB right now? Not many. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count. Two pitch. See ya. Nice job by Ryan King. Let's go to the top of the ninth. We're still knotted up at 1. Let's see who's up next here for the Astros. Next up for the Astros, 1 for 3 with a K, shortstop Jeremy Pena. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, second baseman Brendan Rodgers. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a run in the base on ball, catcher Yanier Diaz. Let's go Mariners. And what are we going to do for pitching? Are we still going to have Gabe Spire out there? You might as well. His ERA is 0. How many guys are in the pen in MLB that have an ERA of 0 or have a above 400 average like Polo? Got to take advantage of the guys that you have. We can get this. I mean, we're not really built to win 2-1, 3-2, or 4-3, but, we'll see how it goes, And again, I think any Astro or Mariner fan at this point will take a 2-1 win. And now Dan Wilson, being an idiot, is bringing in Vargas for Gabe. Idiot. All right, let's see if this works. And if we end up losing the game, this will be the reason why, because he's bringing in Vargas. And I don't like the rule where, we can only play him in 1 inning. You've already proven that you'll let certain guys go more than 1 inning. And again, if you're going to let Vargas go, why not let the best guy on your team go? Dan Wilson, again, he gives me vibes of Scott Service. He may not be that bad yet, but again, this is not the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. He's our bridge manager, and we'll see if this is a key mistake. But hopefully it's not, but we'll see if Vargas can get it done. All right, Mariner Moose, let's go. Let's see if Carlos Vargas can do it. Point 6.2 innings, 4.05 ERA, a whip of 1.50, 5 Ks, and 1 walk. You would rather go with a guy that's got an ERA of 4 rather than a guy that's got an ERA of 0 all season. That makes sense. First pitch low and outside, 1-0 count. One for 3 with a single and a stolen base for Pena. Jesus Christ, this guy's terrible. First 2 pitches, nowhere even near the strike zone. 2-0 count. Good job, Dan, you fucking moron. Got a pitcher warming up in the pen for the Astros. Another pitch, nowhere even near the zone. 3-0 count. Good job, Dan Wilson, you fucking idiot. We're going to need a miracle now to get out of this inning. There you go. Finally a strike. I mean, based off the decision making up to this point in the season, it's not very good. I've seen a lot more mistakes than him actually making the right call, but we'll see. We're going to have some luck. There, another strike down the middle. Finally, a couple good pitches after the first 3 were terrible. Come on, Vargas. He's given up 9 hits already this season. There we go. Nice job, Vargas. Way to fucking settle in. Down goes Pena, which is rare. Normally, he's very clutch in that situation. Next up is Brendan Rodgers. Takes a strike looking. Oh, that one's in play. And he grounds out. There we go. 2 away. There we go. We're getting a little lucky now. Down goes Pena. Down goes Rodgers. Next up is Yanier Diaz. Come on, Mariners. Come on, Vargas. First pitch is outside to Diaz. 1-0 count. Lots of cutters here. Another pitch outside. 2-0 count. Come on, Vargas. Now, I wonder if this is all he's going to throw is just cutter, cutter, cutter. I don't really give a shit as long as we get out of this inning. And hopefully we can win 2-1 in 9 or 2-1 in 10. And a ground out to second. There we go. Well, it was very shaky with 3 straight balls to start off for Vargas, but we get a little bit of luck there, and we get out of the inning. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th and see if we can get a little bit of Mariner magic. What do you say? Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, Dominic Canzone. Batting second, 1 for 3 with an RBI, Luke Raley. And batting third, second baseman, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks, Ryan Bliss. I like our chances here. Let's go. Let's go. Better late than never, baby. Go, Dom. Let's go, baby. We believe. I know, Paisley. Dad's almost done. We got to celebrate this Mariner win, and hopefully we can get a walk-off, and then we'll go for a long 30 to 45-minute walk. Hopefully it's a victory walk. Let's fucking go. Come on, Dom. Come on, baby. Mariner Moose, we ready. Bring that electricity. Let's be money. Dom, Luke, Bliss. Let's get it. I'm glad that didn't backfire on us there, taking Gabe out. Yes, Soto Mojo. Agreed. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. You haven't smashed that like button yet. Please do. Let's go, baby. What are we at? 4 likes away from 40? We can get that. Now we're at 37. 3 more to go to hit the goal. 3 more likes to hit the goal before the stream ends. Very doable. Let's go. And we should always get an uptick, with the streams, especially when, the Mariners kind of get into this position often where it ends up being where are we going to win or are we going to blow it late in the game and we're tied. So, all right, baby. Come on now. Let's go. And they're bringing in Hader. Hader versus Dirty Dom. Let's go. First pitch to Dirty Dom is in there for a strike. Strike looking with the slider. Only 79 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Come on, Dom. Strike looking again. Come on, Dom. Swing the fucking bat. Another slider in there. Low speed, 79 to 81 miles an hour. Behind the count, 0-2. Come on, Dom. Swing the fucking bat. Pitches outside. Slider for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Come on, baby. Come on in. Let's go. If we win this game, we're going to have a good chance for a sweep tomorrow. The game's on, I believe, rubber match early, like around 1. So we'll be streaming that as well. I know some people got to work, so we're not going to get everyone here, but we'll get a few. Pitches outside with another slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Work the count. Find a way to get to first. A walk, a hit by a pitch. Whatever. Come on, Dom. I mean, I'd be feeling a lot better if this was Jorge Polanco, but I'll take it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ah, motherfucker. Strikeout looking. Hader gets Dom. 1 away. Fuck. Could have swung on one of those first 2 pitches there early in the at-bat, but it's, that's like one of his first opportunities that he's been able to have for the Mariners being called up. All right. Who's going to be a hero? 1 for 3 with an RBI. Can Luke nuke it for a walk-off win? Let's go, Luke Raley. First pitch, strike looking. Come on, guys. Fucking swing. He's going to try to get ahead of the count. That's what Hader does. 0-1 count from Hader to Raley. Come on, Luke. Swing that fucking bat. Bottom of the 9th, 1-1 Astros the Mariners. In play. And grounded out to first. Fuck. 2 away. Ay. As you can see my pup walking by. He's getting restless. Next up, second baseman, Ryan Bliss. Come on, Ryan. You had a 2-run blast yesterday to be the hero. Can you do it again? 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. Come on, Bliss. And we ain't talking Alexa. This pitch in there for a strike looking, and every single batter taking that first pitch and just looking at it. Come on. Changeup, finally a different pitch there, right outside of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hader to Bliss. Oh, fuck. Nail biter here. Come on, Mariners. We've got to find a way to win 2-1 this inning or 2-1 in the 10th. But preferably now if we can. Strike swinging with the sinker. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 count from Hader to Bliss. Come on, Ryan. And Bliss strikes out swinging. Fuck. Going to the top of the 10th.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's see what's up next here for the Astros. Going to the top of the 10th. Next up for the Astros, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a K. Right fielder Cam Smith with a triple that helped them get that run from Yanier Diaz. Batting second, 2 for 3, center fielder Jake Myers. And batting third, 0 for 4 with a K, Jose Altuve. And this isn't good. This is a kind of a chunk of the lineup where you don't really want to see right now. I gotta get a water. All right. Andres Munoz coming in. Come on, Mariners. Go, baby. Oh, gosh. Fucking nerve-wracking. Let's go. Ghost runner at second. Now at bat, Victor Caratini. Takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Next up with a slider, strike swinging, behind in the count, 0-2. Go Munoz, looking strong so far. Forcing fastball, got him. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Easy, 1, 2, 3, get him. There we go, 1 away. Good start. Caratini strikes out swinging. Sit down. Goodbye. I like that. 3 pitches, goodbye. Next up, a guy that we have to take serious, Jake Myers. 2 for 3 today. Come on, Mariners. Find a way to win this in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch off the zone. Strike swinging with a slider by Munoz. 0-1 count. Ooh, Munoz is dealing so far. Especially if they're going to be baited like that. Okay. 4 straight strikes. Or, obviously either bad swings or in the zone. for Munoz. And you know when Munoz is on or when he's not. He's almost blown a couple saves this season already. So let's start here. Runner at second. Top of the 10th. 1-1 Astros Mariners. Caratini went down on strike. Come on, baby. Four-seam fastball in play. And Myers flies out to right. Thank God. 2 away. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, me. Oh, my. Let's go. 2 away. And next up, left fielder today, Jose Altuve. And, 0 for 4. How often is Altuve going to go 0 for 5? Not often, but hopefully it happens here. Please. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Munoz. Come on, Mariners. Try to ends up. We're not really built to win 2-1, but that's what we're kind of looking at. But Munoz is bringing the heat, baby. In play, 4-seam fastball, and a single. Fuck! I knew it. He doesn't go 0 for 5 very often, whether you love the guy or hate the guy. Son of a bitch. McCormick III. Fuck! I knew it. He might have went 0 for 4, but Altuve does not go 0 for 5 often. Next up, third baseman, Isaac Paredes. First pitch to Isaac, outside for a ball and a sinker, 1-0 count. Come on, Mariners. Don't give up anything here. What are the chances of that fucking hitting the base? Son of a bitch, dude. Unbelievable, Altuve. He gets so lucky that it fucking hits it right up the middle and it hits the bag, so Bliss can't really get a throw to first. Unbelievable. Four-seam fastball, out of the zone, 2-0 count. Come on, Munoz. Please. Altuve stole second. Son of a bitch. Now they got runners at second and third. Please, come on. Come on. Top of the 10th, 1-1, Astros and Mariners. Oh. Isaac lines out to left. Yes. And we get out of the inning. We leave 2 stranded. All right, here we go. Time to win. No more time to fuck around and find out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Time to win the game. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K, J.P. Crawford. Someone that's 0 for 4, but he won't go 0 for 5 like Altuve. Believe that. 0 for 4, 2 Ks. He'll get something here. Demo, Dylan Moore. He might be the hero. And batting third, can you be a hero? 0 for 3 with a base on ball and a K, Julio Rodriguez. We really need Polo bad. Can you imagine if we just had Polo bat once? That we have more confidence in a guy that's been sitting on the bench for 3 hours than those 3 guys. But it doesn't look like Polo's going to get a chance. They're probably just going to save him for hopefully tomorrow. Let's go, Mariners. We win this. We might sweep tomorrow. We have a good chance. Let's go, M's. The boy's hungry. I need to fucking eat dinner. I need to take Paisley on a long walk. And I'd rather it be a victory walk than a walk of shame. And then we play tomorrow at 1:10. I'll be live. And we got Luis F. Castillo going against Hunter Brown. Fuck, that's not good. Luis F. Castillo, holy hell. Might lose tomorrow. Unless Luis F. Castillo can pitch like Luis Castillo today, then we might have a chance. Anna in the building. What's good? Come on, baby. Oh, God, the Mariners are such a fucking nerve-wracking team to watch. Every fucking game. Look at that bunted foul. I'm telling you, bunts are a lost art. But cool to be able to see JP drop that bunt down. That one is a pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. JP Crawford. Hader on the mound. Crawford in the box. But dropping a bunt down is actually smart in this situation. It's not, a dumb move. Especially when you have a guy at second with no outs. You can actually bring that runner over. Takes a strike looking. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The good teams bunt. The dumb teams don't. Facts. Bottom of the 10th, 1-1 Astros and Mariners. 1 ball and 2 strikes. J.P. Crawford with a runner at second. That ghost runner. My stomach is in knots right now. And J.P. Crawford strikes out looking and swinging. Fuck! 1 away. Down goes J.P. Next up for the Mariners. Could you be the hero? I mean, you've been probably the second best player with Julio after Polo. Let's go. It's Demo. Come on, Dylan. Don't go 0 for 5. Go 1 for 4 and be a fucking hero. First pitch fouled off. 0-1 count from Hader to Demo. Come on, Mariners. Try to answer up. Good eye. Takes a ball with that sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hader to Demo. Come on, Mariners. Where's Polo when you need him? Up. Come on, Dylan. You've been good. It's been Polo 1, Dylan Moore 2, probably Julio 3. Strike looking. Strike swinging with that slider, 83 miles an hour. Behind the count 1-2. Come on, Demo. Got to be like Altuve. Go 1 for 4, 1 for 5. Come on. No one wants to go 0 for 5. Go 1 for 4. 1 for 5. Come on. 1 for 5. Let's go. Bottom of the 10th. 1-1 Astros and Mariners. 1-2 count with 1 out. And Moore strikes out swinging. Fuck. 0 for 5 day for Demo. Well, he won't be leadoff hitter ever again. All right, here we go. One of the most popular players in MLB. But it's not about popularity. It's about getting the goddamn job done. Last opportunity for the Mariners. It's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. Can you be a hero? Not a 0. Come on. 0 for 3 with a base on ball and a K. Let's make it 1 for 4 and be a winner here today. Let's go. Come on, Julio. Come on, J-Rod. First one fouled off with the sinker. 0-1 count. Takes the ball outside. Good eye. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hader to Julio. Come on, J-Rod. I can't wait for the day for Julio to actually be recognized as a clutch hitter. He's nowhere near being clutch. I mean, it's definitely not a failure based on the money that we gave him. We're happy that he's here, but we just need to see some more consistency. 1-1 pitch from Hader to Julio. Come on, J-Rod. Fucking A. And Julio goes down. End of the 10th inning. Fucking A, dude. Going to the top of the 11th. Fucking hater. Next up for the Astros. 1 for 3 with a base on ball. Yordan Alvarez. Batting second, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. First baseman Christian Walker. And batting 1 for 4, shortstop with 2 Ks, Jeremy Pena. And this is a dangerous part of the lineup here, too. Not necessarily with Walker, but I kind of fear Yordan and Pena here. And who's going to be pitching now? We already had Munoz go. Is he going to be out there again, or are we going to have someone else? Oh, God. It's going to take a miracle now. Uh-oh. On is coming in for Munoz. Uh-oh. This might be game over. If Munoz ain't out there and we have Hahn coming in, holy hell. Yeah, I don't want to say the game is over, but it's going to be really tough to win now. I mean, I'm not saying that Hahn is garbage, but that's a lot of trust, and we're running out of guys in the pen. You know, that's why we need Brash and Troy Taylor back ASAP, as well as George Kirby as a starter. Fuck. Oh, God, my stomach is empty. I'm hungry for dinner. I need to exercise and take my pup on a walk. Top of the 11th, 1-1. Come on, Mariners. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. Fuck that. I gotta eat dinner. I gotta take my pup on a walk. I'm on a schedule, bro. I don't want to be going to fucking 14 innings. Dude, I'm a full-time live streamer every fucking day. I don't take days off. I need to be able to position myself, you know, without going that long. I don't need to be doing 3, 4, 5 hour streams. Especially if I'm going 7 days a week. I'm hungry, man. I need some food. All right, Hahn with 8 innings pitched. His ERA is 11.25. Is that good? You tell me. Oh, golly. Already? First and second. Now Christian Walker. Jordan is automatic walk. Uh-oh. This game already might be over. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Just walking everyone? What the fuck are we doing? Pena intentionally walked. What are we doing here? Really? Bases loaded with 1 out? What the hell are we doing? They want to get to Rogers. First pitch, outside for a ball with a sweeper, 1-0 count. Dan Wilson, Jesus Christ. You're like Scott Service all over again. I mean, he came up with a big triple today so far, so I don't think we've seen enough action out of Cam Smith. He's not really a regular everyday player. He's kind of like one of those guys that will fill in game 2 or game 3, but today, I mean, he's been a Mariner killer with the triple, so... But, I mean, the game's 1-1. Sweeper outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rogers from Hahn. I don't like this at all. Hahn on the mound. Rogers in the box. Slider outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. I mean, what are we going to do? We're just going to let them walk in? Dude, Dan Wilson's a fucking moron. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded, just automatically walking everybody in extras. Like, are you just, are you just want to give this game away? Top of the 11th, 1-1, Astros and Mariners. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out, bases loaded. Hahn on the mound. Rogers in the box. Oh, fucking A. Wow. Rogers grounded out to a double play. Let's go. Wow. That doesn't happen often. That was really ballsy by Dan Wilson to, just walk intentionally a few guys But you get to the guys that are, not very reliable, inexperienced, and it worked. What a play from third to first. Wow. Incredible defense right there. Demo from third. What a play. What a fucking play. All right, let's win it here in the bottom of the 11th. Let's see who's up. Unbelievable. I mean, Dan Wilson trying to play with house money, I guess. And how did Dylan Moore make that throw? I have no idea. All right, here we go. Time for hero ball. Bottom of the 11th. We're tied up at 1. Let's end this. 1 for 4 with 2 Ks. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 1 for 4 with a K. Left fielder, Randy Arozarena. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a run and 2 Ks. Catcher, Mitch Garver. How about we put in Polo and we win the game? Wow. This is going to be a gut-wrenching loss for whoever loses. End this shit. Mauricio Dubon coming in at third. Gusto relieving Hader. And we might have a chance now since Hader isn't, we know how Hader is, in his career. He's either lights out or he's off. And, he's been pretty good, and thank God we don't have to see him again. Let's go. Let's win this shit. I did put Cal on the thumb. Come on now. Let's go, big dumper. Walk-off homer. Trident's up. Yeah, but I don't really think we got it. We're not really a gambling type of team, though. It's not like we're a top 10 hitting team and have a top 3 pitching staff. When you're and defense has been kind of shaky, but it's been pretty good the last few games. But to start off the year, it was bad. So, Ryan Gusto, 7 innings, ERA of 1.29, a whip of 0.86, 9 Ks to 1 walk. Ghost runner at second. Let's see if Big Dumper can get it done. Let's go, M. Your boy needs a victory walk and a first strike. 4-seam fastball from Gusto to Raleigh. 0-1 count with the strike looking. Come on, Cal. Yanier Diaz and Gusto trying to get on the same page. Fouled off. I need the count now. 0-2 to Cal off that 4-seam fastball. Back-to-back 4-seamers for Gusto to Cal Raleigh. Don't even think about it, Ryan. No Gusto today. Bottom of the 11th, 1-1 Astros and Mariners. Ghost runner at second. Gusto on the mound. Cal Raleigh in the box. 4-seam fastball fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Come on, Big Dumper. Find a way. Let's go, Cal. This is nerve-wracking as hell. 4-seam fastball, way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Gusto to Raleigh. Let's go, Big Dumper. Come on, Cal. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Change up. Low and inside at the knees towards the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes with that change up. No control there for Gusto with that change. Come on, Big Dumper. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Gusto to Big Dumper. Bottom of the 11th, 1-1. Ghost runner at second. on, Mariners. Find a way. In play. Slide out. Julio to third. Here we go. Here we go. Nice job, Cal. Way to move the runner over. Nice job. You got it deep enough for Julio to get there. Nice job. All right, here we go. Could this be the hero? Randy Arozarena. First pitch outside with the sinker. 1-0 count. Come on, Randy. Let's go. Let's go. Julio Rodriguez at third base. Winning run at third, 1-0 count. From Ryan Gusto to Randy Arozarena. Pitch outside with a sinker for a ball, 2-0 count. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Mariners. Find a way. Bottom of the 11th, 1-1 game. Julio at third, Ryan Gusto on the mound, Randy Arozarena in the box. Fouled off on a 4-seam fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. Please. Takes a strike looking. Swinging. That sinker. Deadly. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy. Come on, Arozarena. Please. Bottom of the 11th, 1-1 game. Gusto on the mound. Randy Arozarena in the box. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Julio at third. Four-seam fastball is inside, excuse me. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Gusto to Randy Arozarena. Come on, Mariners. It's right there for the taking.
Oh my gosh.
Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Julio at third, 1 out, 1-1 game. Bottom of the 11th. Let's go. Got hit on that last pitch that was inside his head. Dodged out of the way. Okert in the pen warming up for the Astros. And he walked him. Let's go. Let's go. Runners at first and third now. We're getting so fucking close. There we go. How about let's get Polo in the goddamn game, huh? Nice job, Randy. Oh, holy hell, this fucking game. Bottom of the 11th, 1 out, runners at first and third. I mean, I don't even want to say. I'm not gonna even say anything. Next up is Mitch Garver. No coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's just find a way to win this. Fucking right now. 1 for 3. First pitch fouled off. 4-seam fastball inside. 0-1 count. Bottom of the 11th. 1 out. Runners at first and third. Julio at third. Randy at first. Runners on the corners. Ryan Gusto on the mound. Mitch Garver in the box. Would it be a lot more comfortable if it was like Jorge Polanco, but he might not be healthy enough to play tonight. Come on, Garv. Please. The boy is hungry. Takes a strike looking with that sweeper. Behind the count now, 0-2. Come on, Mariners. please. Go M's. Try dance up. Let's go. Bottom of the 11th, knotted up at 1. Runners on the corners at first and third. Randy at first, Julio at third. Finding the count 0-2. Gusto. The Garv.
Oh my God.
Fucking A. Garv grounded out into the fucking double play, and I didn't want to say it because I had a feeling it would happen. You gotta be shitting me. Jesus Christ. Come on, Mariner Moose. I figured if I didn't say double play, as long as we don't hit into a double play, we're good. And then I didn't say it, and they did it anyways. Jesus. Coming into the matchup here in the top of the 12th, Chaz McCormick. Batting after him, Victor Caratini. Batting third, Jake Myers. I mean, we're running out of pitchers here. We've already had how many today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Astros have only used 5. Fucking A, dude. Fuck, man, I'm starving. I haven't had any food for like 10 fucking hours. No, fuck that. I don't want to see no fucking 14. Bullshit. Fuck that. Shout out to all the new subs that we've acquired today. Appreciate y'all. Zay in the building. What's good, bro? This is insane. It really does show you, with no Bregman and no Kyle Tucker on this Astro team and no access to Robles with the injury and no Polar tonight. Fucking A, dude. I mean, ridiculous. McCormick sacrificed. Next up is Victor Caratini. Top of the 12th with a runner at third with 1 out. Takes a curveball. Strike looking. 0-1 count from Hahn to Caratini. And McCormick with that bunt brings that guy over. That was a smart play. Wish the Mariners were that smart. Top of the 12th, 1-1, Astros and Mariners. Hahn on the mound, Caratini in the box. And an 0-1 count with 1 out to Victor Caratini. In play. And Caratini with a single. Fucking A. 2-1 Astros. That might be it. I mean, we're going to have an opportunity in the 12th, but that might have been the game winner right there. And being a Mariners fan is not easy, man. I've been a fan for like 40 years. Jesus Christ. Next up is Jake Myers, and they may not be done. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hahn to Myers, and that's what happens when you start to run out of pitchers. And you have Hahn pitching back-to-back. Like you're going to have Hahn pitch back-to-back instead of a guy like Gabe Spire. That makes sense. Strike swinging. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hahn to Myers. 2-1 throws. Really shows you how valuable. We go and we put effort. If they didn't have the net there, maybe he wouldn't have. He could have gotten hurt worse, or maybe not as bad. I don't know. But you can't fault the guy for going all out. And showing effort. Pitches outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hahn to Myers. I love Victor Robles. It's a damn shame he's going to be out for like 3 months. And then if he doesn't recover and, the proper timetable, it might be for the season. Top of the 12th, 2-1 Astros. Big play here. Strikeout Myers. 2 away.
Oh my gosh.
Bye-bye, Jake. But the damage is already done. And next up, another guy that could be a hero. 1 for 5 with a K, Jose Altuve. Golly, 3 hours and 30 minutes? Holy fuck. Game's going like an hour longer than a normal game. You never can fault the player for going all out. First pitch in there for a strike. Takes the strike looking Altuve, 0-1 count. Top of the 12th, 2-1 Astros with 2 outs. On the mound, Altuve in the box. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike from Hahn to Altuve. Past midnight if you're in the Midwest, 1 o'clock if you're in the East Coast. Altuve. Balk. You fucking kidding me? A balk? Berrettini to second. And Altuve intentionally walked. What are we doing? Fuck. Next up is Mauricio Dubon. Yeah, but you got to think, if you're going full speed and you're trying to win the game and you're trying to make it out for your team, what would you rather have him do? Just half-ass it and just not try to make a play, and get benched? First pitch is outside for a ball. I mean, especially when you're in the outfield and you're trying to look up, and you're running full speed, you don't really necessarily know where you're going to be going, Easier said than done. Just to be like, well, just don't make a play. That one fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Can't blame Victor Robles. Freakish things happen. Pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Hahn to Mauricio Dubon. breaker fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, but that could have happened to anybody. I mean, that could have been Julio Rodriguez. You know, it could have been a young player or an old player. It doesn't really matter. You know, just wrong place at the wrong time. And that's a strikeout to Dubon. All right, let's see what we have left here. I'm not sure if we can do it. You know, I think a lot of the players now are gassed, and you know, we'll try our best. But I think that was a little deflating in that inning here, and they're just being realistic. Now, I hope that we can tie it or win it, but you know, just based on watching this team for like 40 years, the chance of us tying this or winning is not very good. So let's see who we have up to see if we actually have any chance. Next up, in the lineup, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Dominic Canzo. Now, if we were able to bring in Polo and pinch hit, I would feel confident, but I don't think we're going to do it, and that's why I feel that it might be over. Batting second, 1 for 4 with an RBI, right fielder Luke Raley. And batting third, 1 for 4 with 3 Ks, second baseman Ryan Bliss. So, you know, bringing in a guy that really hasn't had much experience playing in his first game. Luke and Ryan have been able to do something today, but will they be able to do it here late? Your guess is as good as mine. I hope so, but, you know. Oh, fuck.
Oh my gosh.
All right, ghost runner at second, and they're bringing in Miles Mastroboni. Wish we could have a Polo come in. We'd actually have a chance. Mastroboni takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Even Okert on the mound. Four-seam fastball fouled off. Behind the count now 0-2 to Miles Mastroboni, the former Cub. Pitch is way outside with that slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Okert to Mastroboni. Bottom of the 12, 2-1 Astros. Okert on the mound, Mastroboni in the box. Ghost runner at second. And a 1-2 count from Okert to Mastroboni. In play. And grounded out to second, Garver to third. 1 away. Next up is right fielder Luke Raley. First pitch is outside with that slider, 1-0 count. Second pitch out there with that slider. 2-0 count from Okert to Rayleigh. Bottom of the 12th, 2-1 Astros. Okert on the mound with Rayleigh in the box. 2-0 count to Luke. Got a runner at third. Mitch Garver. 1 for 4 today for Luke. Fouled that one off. 2 balls and 1 strike. For real though, man. I gotta eat dinner. I gotta take my pup on a long walk. Gas, bro. Pitches outside on that 4-seam fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Slider fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count now is full for Okert to Rayleigh. Come on, Em. Pitches right now from Okert to Rayleigh are either dead center right down the middle or outside, and he struck out swinging. Fucking A, 2 away. We're 1 out away now. Nice pitch by Okert there. No go for Luke. All right, last chance for the Mariners here. 1 for 4 with 3 Ks, Ryan Bliss. Bottom of the 12th, runner at third, Mitch Garver. 2-1 game against the main rival. Rubber match tomorrow at 1:10. Luis F. Castillo on the mound for us, which is not looking very good, but we'll see. Nice punch out by Okert on Rayleigh. All right, Ryan Bliss, show me something, baby. Last opportunity. First pitch is a slider outside. 1-0 count from Okert to Bliss. JP Crawford on deck if we get to that point. Now, I can't afford to bunt here with Mitch Garver at third. If we had someone faster like Victor Robles, maybe. But typically you don't want to be bunting on 2 outs. You bunt on no outs, 1 out. Not really on 2. Took a strike swinging. 1-1 count. Pitch outside. 4-seam fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike from Okert to Bliss. Bottom of the 12th, 2-1 Astros. Runner at third, Mitch Garver. Okert on the mound. Bliss in the box. 2-1 pitch incoming. Takes a big strike swinging. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 12th, 2-1 throws. Okert on the mound. Bliss in the box. Garver at third. 2-2 pitch incoming from Okert to Bliss. And that is it. Struck out. Nice victory for the Astros. GG. And then we got a game tomorrow at 1:10 Pacific. Luis F. Castillo, final and 12. Astros 2, Mariners 1 in a heartbreaker. Shout out to all the people that liked, subbed, donated, commented, and shared. I appreciate you. If you haven't smashed that like button, do it on your way out if you could. And I got one question for you. We know talk sports like us. The boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, GT Astro fan, and I am out. Guys.